Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
Mate, going good?
I'm doing good, mate. How are you this evening?
Good. I'm all in blue because, as you know, I saw was it a damselfly?
Damselfly.
Damselfly in my
Good.
garden today, which I can't remember seeing one before. So that's what it is. It's like a pretty coloured sort of small dragonfly type thing, which has the sort of similar sort of meaning to dragonfly. Transformation, all that sort of good stuff. So, people, if you could please share us out and tag your friends. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, but if I tag my friends, they're going to know I watch this show. I know, people. But that's okay. It's not so bad. It's okay. They probably think you're really weird anyway. So, like, what is it, Alan?
Everyone's weird. We're all weird. We're crazy.
Well, that's it. It's the normal people I don't trust. What are they hiding, man? No one can be that normal. It's like, G'day, Alison. G'day, Jenny. G'day, Amanda. G'day, Jenny again. I've seen 2 dragonflies this week. Nice transformation.
Transformation.
Jenny. That's it.
Hi, Alison. How are you feeling?
She's feeling.
Hi, Amanda. How are you doing?
How's your house going, Amanda? Oh, I forgot to ring you today, Amanda. Hey, Lorraine. Just dropping in to say hi.
Hi, Lorraine.
That's it. Well, hello and go. Say hey, you roll. Oh, thanks. And no cake this time. Oh, my God. That's okay. That's okay. That's allowed. It's a free world. Ish. So, thank you, people. I hope the internet's good. Mine's freezing up. Okay, people, you know the deal with this show. If you could please share us out, that'd be much appreciated. But if you want a reading on this show, and I'm sure some of you lovely people do, you got to come on the show. This is not just a reading show. This is more than a reading show. Hey, Brad. How you going? Probably. So if you could share us out, people, that'd be much appreciated. I'm just going to do the same thing.
Okay.
Hey, Caroline, how you going? Okay, all I've got to find out is where I am. How do I go to my page? Come on. Wait a sec. I should have come up on notifications. How come you're going live, but it doesn't show me going live? That's bizarre. Hey, Patrina. How you going? I don't want to know insight.
Hi, Patrina.
So, people, if you could share us out, that'd be much appreciated. This is a more than a reading show. This is a show where you get more than a reading, but there is a catch. To come on the show, you must move past your comfort zones and bounce Celine Dion. I mean, no, to get a reading, you must come on the show. Okay? You must come on the show. You get past your comfort zones, come on the show, and we both read for you and see what's happening in your neck of the woods. It's cheaper than a private session and a little bit quicker sometimes. So, but we'll keep it good. We'll try to keep the gloves on. We're not really that scary at all. So, come on, people, come on, and we'll see what we can do. We'll give you We'll give you a reading, and we'll see what's happening in your neck of the woods. See what ails you. If you're having any troubles, we'll try to get you some insight, so how you can deal with that to get yourself on the best possible path, which is always good. Okay, because we want to be on the optimum path. We can go somewhere and people can tell us the optimum path and what's in the future for us, but it's more important to know how we're going to get on that optimum path than someone telling you that's the optimum path over there, because it's all timelines. It's all playing out. So it's all up to us. I'm just sharing. Okay. So, 1 second, people. Just sharing. Just sharing. Almost done. Okay. Thank you. Whew. So, lovely people. So, who would like a reading? Who would like to come on the show and get a reading? I promise.
You need to come on the show.
Yep. That's it. It's a beautiful show. Beautiful people. I'm talking about you guys.
Bite. I do.
He says he does.
I do. Ask Cindy.
He's Parks worse than his bite. See, don't worry, people. If he gets too much of a handful, Cindy will just boot him off. She has that power.
Ban Cindy.
That's it. Ban Christian for blowing his nose in the next room.
Exactly.
Okay. So, people, if you want to come on the show, I've got a jumper. People, the fire guarding. Ignite your passion. Do you know your passion? Come on the show and well, thank you, Penny. Thank you very much. How are you going, Penny? How's the weather? We got weird weather. But there was Penny, there was we got the satellite, and every hour, so it goes boom, 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 and it shows the storm and where the clouds and the pressure and everything is. And I think it was above Sydney or below Brisbane, around there somewhere. South of Brisbane, and it just went these perfect circles, like 2 circles, like at once, like there was a portal or something closing or opening his pressure system. It was bizarre, and that was on satellite picture. Perfect circles, like it was weird. So, if anyone would like to come on the show, and if anyone would like,
yes, please, Alison.
And just remember, people, if you would like to support the show, donate to the PayPal. Because exchange of energies is a really positive thing to do. Okay. Wow, stuff is happening. Yeah, it was pretty tripped out. I saw it on Twitter. It was bizarre. Someone's just showing the weather map and the satellite projections off a government website too. So
I think they took it down after a while.
Of course they would take it down. We can't have that. People know that we're no more than we're. Yeah. So who would like?
All this weather is to hide what is going on. So.
Yeah.
Also.
Yep. Hide what's going on. So in Melbourne, It's raining here. So, we're looking at you, Caroline. What are you up to? Nothing. I was just baking. That's okay. It was probably Amanda anyway. Well, it's better than walking to work, Penny. So, yes, it was really weird. See if I can get it up. I'll see if I can get it up, Stathi.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, can you send it back to me? Because then I can open it on a bigger screen.
Send it back to you.
Oh, wait a sec. No, wait a sec. I'll just go through Messenger. Let's see if I can do it in Messenger. No, I should be able to get it. Let's see, where is it? Oh, it was in Discord, wasn't it?
Both of you here to cause problems? It actually disappear.
Okay. Yeah, check out this. I'll get it happening. Tell me what you think of this, people. Check out this. How bizarre is that? That's the
We
government
go
side.
towards Melbourne. I don't know if Melbourne is showing it, but towards
Yeah.
Melbourne and Victoria, there's a straight line, same colours as the circle. I don't know if it shows it on this one, but it's been there for a while, but I didn't really pay attention to it.
Oh, I got something on the stove. I just got to turn it off. 1 second, people.
Alison, you need to come online. You have to come live with us. This is a different reading show. So you can have a message, but you have to come on the show with us.
Well, Caroline, it's a massive energy. That picks up just picks up moisture energy. So there was an energy shift there, big one. And each section's like about an hour, each frame. So that's quite bizarre.
So Alison, click on the links that Cindy just posted up, either one of them. You're not dressed. We don't have an issue with that.
You might want to keep the camera just up a bit.
That's right.
Okay, we don't want to get kicked off. I don't know, Caroline. That is the question, isn't it? Yeah. Well, because I was looking at, what was it? A documentary where they were talking about heaps of beached whales. Like they had them in, I think, the west coast of pilot whales and the west coast of Tasmania and some other places around the world. And the marine biologists were leaking the recordings, and the cause of they were thinking, oh, we don't know why there's so many beached whales at the moment. And yeah, they were testing sonar. They were doing sonar weapons.
Testing, yeah.
They were doing sonar weapons.
And the Navy was denying it. They tried to shut it down here.
Yeah. But yeah, you can trust us. You can trust us the government. Yeah.
So yes, people, if you want a reading, you do need to come onto the show. Alison, throw some clothes on. Click on the link. Come on. We don't
I don't know.
judge.
I don't know. Caroline, do you live in Melbourne? Don't you? Okay. Let's get rid of that portal flashing on the big screen in front of me.
Well, if you don't know, weather control has been happening for over. They started controlling the weather back in 1945. They drop these particular crystals into the clouds to create the rain. So yes, and if you watch, they're actually been telling us that they're doing cloud seeding. So they are doing cloud seeding at this moment, which makes no sense because they were aware that storms were coming, and they did do it. So everything happens for a reason, and they are doing it for a particular reason. And yes, the energy is intense at this point of time. So this is more of a look, there's many ways to look at this, and it depends on which direction you go to. You can either look at it as they're trying to cover up or they're trying to create something. Either way could be correct. Something is going on. I was reading today there is a possibility. As rain falls, everything grows. We get into summer. As we get into summer, everything dries, and it is a huge fire hazard as well. So, are they pre-planning things? Well, more than likely they have, and they are. But what is it for and what they're doing? We can go many directions on that one. All up to you, Alison.
Well, haven't you got his number, Nicole? You should just message him. I haven't got your phone number. I can't message you. I know. Not that funny. Hey, Mila.
Hi, Mila.
Really, but that's how you get it on this show, Alison. That's how you get the reading on this show. So be quick,
That's
people,
right.
because I got work tomorrow. Yeah, very interesting. It's storm. Did anyone see the post that I put up of the clouds going different ways? That was weird. Just after the storm.
I'm enjoying the coffee, Mila.
Almost at a place you can park. That's it. Just pull up at work and contemplate going. Have fun at work, Penny. Find something to create joy at work. And your day will go so much quicker. Hey, Shawana. If you're new here on this show to get a reading, you must come on the show. This is different to other reading shows that you must participate. Oh, Penny's coming on. Oh, cool. Okay, almost at the place where she can park. Okay, well, Fine. I'll be back in a sec. Driving and texting. They'll put Sydney will put up the links, and you open it and sign in with Google or sign in with Facebook, and then we'll put you in the queue to come on the show and get a reading.
Thank you, Mandy. It's been on and off. Would you like it to be off and on? It just came and it went. And there it is again.
You're on mute, Brooke.
Okay. Hey, Shawana, how you going? Hello. How are you?
Juana, you're on mute.
You're on mute at the moment.
All right, can you hear me now?
How are you going today?
I'm doing great.
Where are you from?
California, USA.
Oh, nice. I'm in Adelaide, Australia.
Oh, how is the weather out there?
A little bit wet.
Okay, it's cold
Yeah,
here.
we just had big storms.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
couple
it's
of
real.
more storms.
Shawana, do you know anything about chakras?
Yes, my heart. Yes, I do.
Can you bring your focus to your heart chakra, please?
Mm-hmm.
Shawana, just keep your focus on your heart chakra and take a deep breath, and on your own count of 3, release. when you're ready.
Okay. Shawana,
Yes.
you know, sometimes when we get frustrated, sometimes when we get up in arms, sometimes when things aren't going the way that we think things should go, it ticks us off. You know what I mean? It ticks us off. Okay, but at the moment, ultimately, the universe is a reflection of us, what we expect, what we project. All of the above. But at the moment, the first card I've got for you is the Mirror Guardian. Okay, this card is not about just. It says take time to reflect, but to me, it's a lot more than that. Okay, it's about what energies we're putting out to the universe. Okay, what energies we're putting out to people. When we go to see certain people and we deal with them, what energy are we putting out? Okay, because if we, like, anyone walks into a room and you go, dense energy, I can cut the air in this room and there's tension. Okay, if we react to that tension and we start pushing against it, we're just going to get more tension. We're going to get more. So the universe at the moment is asking you to just really take time to look at what energy you're projecting out to the field around you, because we're great manifestors. Through thoughts, we create our reality. At the moment, okay, things might be frustrating for you. Okay, but it's all about perspective. Everything happens for a reason, and at the moment, a lot of things are coming up in everyone's life. Stuff's coming to the surface. People are going through all sorts of stuff, and the only thing at the end of the day we control is how we react to others. Okay, but at the moment, I've got. It's time to start seeing things from a higher perspective. Okay, because we got two ways when we get triggered or something comes up in our lives. I mean, it looks like you're doing the work. Looks like there's a bit of emotional stuff that you've shut down at the moment. Maybe to do with someone, and it's just taking you a bit off your game at the moment. But usually you're focused on your game and trying to do what it is you're doing. Okay, the focus is there. You're connected. But I'm getting that it's really a time to really buckle down and make plans of focus and start to see things for what they are. Because what happens is, as we progress, as we go through our spiritual walk, a lot of people they get set on one thing and they're like, well, and they define themselves by saying, I'm this. Okay, I'm a shaman, or I'm a medium, or I'm this, or I'm that, and that becomes their whole spiritual walk, which has, well, on the expansion of things, it's really nothing to do with knowing oneself. It's just abilities and certain things that we pick up. But at the moment, it's sort of, I've got the open your mind card. Okay, because when we get things worked out, it's like we fill up our cup, we empty it out, and then we build it up again with new experiences and new beliefs. But sometimes we can get set in our ways. But at the moment, there's a lot of stuff hanging around you. But the eagle, the main card, the main action card, is saying, okay, you're going to see things from high perspective. And when we see things from high perspective, this is just saying that some things that can be agitating us at the moment, some things that can be just ticking us off. Everything happens for a reason, and there's something to be seen in everything, whether it be our family, our partner, our work, our kids, all this sort of stuff, our spiritual walk. But when it makes it easy to see that, when it makes it easier to see things from a higher perspective, is when we know that everything happens for a reason, but we need to seeing things from a higher perspective. We just get so focused on the little things in front of us at the moment. Okay, we just get too focused on the little things, like the things that are ticking us off. Okay, things are tight this week on money. Universe, where's all my money? Or I can't believe that person did that to me, and all these things that keep going around and going around. But at the end of the day, there's just experiences, and they just are what they are. But if we focus on them and we start reacting to them, then we start to attract more of the energy that attracted that stuff in the first place. So at the moment, it's really it's about taking that higher ground, because there's some people around you that they need you to be positive and they need you to be strong. Okay, because there's eyes on you at the moment. Because and when there's eyes on us, we don't realize how much people are watching us and what we do and learning from us. Because regardless of the way that we brought up, what it's like when we go into the world. We see so much crap, we see so much stuff happening around us. But at the moment, there just seems some sort of limitation. There seems some sort of limitation because it feels to be that there's too many little things that are the focus, and I'm just getting like whatever's going on. It goes back to the big picture. Like in 10 years, who's going to care what's going on in the short term? But when that becomes our reality, when we stay in our head and we focus on that all the time, that becomes our reality. That becomes our training, and that's where our energy goes. And we've only got so much life force, and that's why people get stressed and they age, because they just feed their life force into the stuff that we can't change, and we worry about it and we hold on to it, and then all we end up doing is we're creating all these limitations, okay, and we're living in the past and we're missing the future unfold. Because at the moment, I've got these people around you that you need to be that positivity for. But at the moment, the things that are going on around you, you're a creator being. Okay, this is the reality you're weaving. And so with the Mirror Guardian, it's saying have a real look at the moment is what you're putting out to the universe and what you want to get back. Okay, because this is the time we should be planting seeds. Well, this is a time for everyone. Everything's coming to the surface. Something comes to the surface and you're reacting, or something's ticking you off at the moment, or something's happening in life. Let's go, okay, what can I learn from this? How do I go about it? How do I fix this? People are like, woe is me, woe is me. You got a lot of people are just stressed out and going, woe is me, because they haven't got the tools and they haven't got the nows to go, okay, what's wrong? Why is it wrong? What am I doing wrong? Can I fix it? Okay, so that's really what you should be focusing on at the moment is, okay, let's, what energy am I putting out there? Am I being a bit too aggressive? Or am I being too judgmental? Am I being too forgiving? What am I doing? Where's my energy going? And what am I getting it back? Because at the end of the day, you should be just, blitzing along, happy, telling everyone how good it is. Okay, being a representative for Starseed or the universe or whatever you want to be. But at the moment, it's just all about, it starts with you and about the energy that you're putting out at the moment. Okay, and the last card I've got for you is Express Gratitude. And when this card comes up and we're going to express gratitude, that's telling us that we're putting that resistance in the manifestation out. Okay, we're putting that, we're dragging our heels. We're dragging our heels, and the universe is screaming out, saying, look, just be thankful for everything. And when you're going to be thankful for shitty things, that's when you're going to find the lesson. You go, okay, what am I here to learn? And when you can find the lesson and get through some shitty things, because you go, well, why am I giving gratitude? Well, I'm giving gratitude because, you know what? That taught me something about myself. That taught me something to be stronger. It was a shitty situation, but, this is the stuff that builds us. These are the opportunities that help us to grow. Okay, and that's why we've got to give thanks all the time. We've got to give gratitude to the universe. And the universe is just saying, hey, man, you brought that to you. I was just sitting here minding my own business. We're going to take some accountability for ourselves. But gratitude is just the awesomest way, because we were like, why? Why am I giving thanks for that shitty thing that happened? Because if we learn the lesson, then we go, that's why. That's why I'm giving thanks. I hope that's helped.
Yeah, I just told myself that today.
You what?
I said I just told myself that today. About what you said, the learning experience and the shitty situations. I just laid here and I was writing, wrote in my little journal, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, like
Yep.
this is something that I'm supposed to be going through. Like, I figured it out. I
Awesome.
figured it. I did. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah, you
I'm
can.
not done yet. Shauna, firstly, do you have any other device that's on?
Say that again.
Do you have face? Do you have any other device that is on, or do you have Facebook still on your phone?
Facebook is on my phone. Yeah.
Because I'm getting feedback. So can you just unmute Facebook for a moment?
Yep, because you're on StreamYard. That's sometimes on this end it doesn't
I'm
come
just
through on
getting a
your
lot
end.
of feedback. It's just coming back into my ears.
Yeah, we're getting double words through. Sounds a bit better.
Oh
no, you don't have to go.
You didn't have to go.
Let's try and get it back quickly. Can you come back on? What happens is if you have you come on the StreamYard and StreamYard's open and you've still got Facebook running, sometimes it interferes and we get
Feedback.
feedback.
It just loops itself. So I'm hearing Brooke from StreamYard, but I'm hearing you as well from Facebook.
Yep. Is she still there in the chat?
Shawana, if you can hear us, just jump back on.
Jump back on. Let's see if I can get it. Is she on your? Can't see her on. Yep. Yep. Is that better, Stathi?
Okay.
Better?
Yep.
That sounds better. Yep. That sounds a lot clearer as well. Okay. Good. Just bring your focus back to your heart chakra. First, this is a question because you're having, I have to say sacral, but it's more bladder that I'm picking up. Having bladder issues? Are you having any problems around your bladder area?
The who?
Bladder.
Bladder?
Yeah. Do you have any around that area? Not necessarily bladder, but around your sacral area, base
Yeah.
sacral area. Okay. It
Yep.
feels like the heaviness is in that area. Are you congested as well? Do you feel very congested at this point in time?
Yeah, just a little bit, a little cough.
Okay. Now, where I'd like you to go to is to focus on your solar plexus. Just bring your focus to your solar plexus for a moment. There you go. Now, yesterday, whatever happened yesterday, the thing is it's not happening right this moment. And whatever's going to happen tomorrow, it's not happening this moment. You cannot change what happened yesterday, nor can you predict what's going to happen tomorrow. You might decide that you'd like to do certain things, but they don't necessarily mean that they're going to unfold the way that you visualize them. So what we do is we allow this moment to just unfold in the manner that we want it to unfold, which is just allowing it to be exactly what it is. It's appreciating this moment. Whatever has occurred, which is you're holding on to something which is creating a lot of heaviness in your heart chakra. There's a lot of noise in your head, which I feel that there's a lot of thoughts that you're constantly thinking about something that has occurred, something that you would like to have been different than what it was, and you haven't actually been able to accept it for what it is. So that's just creating that heaviness. And you'd like things to be different. Again, holding on to the past, wanting something to be different in the future. But what it is right now is exactly how it is, and it cannot be changed. No matter how much you want to change what happened, it's not going to change. It happened exactly as you're supposed to. As you accept that, as you accept yourself to be exactly who you are in this moment, experiencing what you're experiencing in this moment, um, you'll start to feel a lot lighter. It's just a denial of what has occurred that's creating that heaviness all around you. You want things. There are things that you want. There's this whole strong wanting things to be different. They're not going to be different as long as you want them, because it's just telling yourself that they're not different at this moment. What is different, though, is how you react to this moment and accept it to be exactly what it is. Your throat chakra, I feel that you do a lot of speaking. You speak a lot. You express yourself, but it's not necessarily expressing what is true for you, but what is comfortable for others to hear. And that's creating a lot of tension in your throat area. There's also, again, the congestion keeps coming up because it does feel that your heart, the darkness or the heaviness that you've got in your heart is actually putting pressure on your lungs itself. It's just creating a lot of fluid inside you. So there is a lot of congestion, a lot of phlegm that's coming up for you. But that's also caused by your throat chakra itself. Start speaking your truth. Now, the other thing that what I'm finding is that you're very ungrounded, you're very much into your head and very much thinking about whatever it is that you're thinking about. It's just a lot of noise. Also, I feel that you do listen too much to what others think and take it on for yourself as well, which is causing conflict within yourself. So it's just putting a lot of you out of you. It's putting a lot of you out of balance. Your sacral, you can be more creative than what you are. There's a creative aspect of you which I think you've held back, something that you had when you were a child, which was very creative, and you're just not following through with it. I feel that once you start grounding, you'll start to be able to bring that creative aspect back to you. Were you a dancer at some stage? Did you dance?
No,
No?
no.
Yeah, movements, because I do feel there's a lot of movements around you that you either did do or can do again or can do. But movement is something that you require to do, more movement than what you're doing at this moment. Don't overthink and don't over visualize. You're visualizing, you're not seeing things, you're imagining things, you're creating things in your mind. You're again overthinking things and seeing how they could have turned out, which is causing a lot of confusements within you. There's a whole lot of conflict that's going on inside you. There's a lot of battling within yourself. No one can cause you to feel anything unless you allow it, and that's what you seem to be doing. You're hearing, and you're taking it upon yourself and creating conflict within yourself. You're choosing to feel well negativity. You're choosing to feel and focus on it. You don't need to focus. Brooke mentioned you have the choice on how you feel. You have the choice on what you focus on and how you want things to be. You're the one that's in control of yourself. Doesn't matter whether somebody likes it or doesn't like it. You just need to be yourself again. You have to find that part of you that is you and not what others expect you to be. And as you do that, and not focusing too much on what has happened and not focusing on what can happen, but accepting what it is at this moment. Your heart chakra is ready to open, but you're the one that's holding it closed off at this moment. And as you open it up, you'll see a whole world open up for you as well. But that's all up to you. Ground yourself. Get to understand yourself for who you are, not for what you portray to others, because it doesn't matter what you present to others. That's not the real you. The real you is still hiding inside you. Find that part of you that you're hiding and not allowing people to see, and let them see that aspect of you. And that's the part that is your truth. And as you start to speak what is true for you, you'll start to feel a lot more lighter, because you are carrying a lot of your own burdens at this moment. You are creating the situations for yourself. Uncomfortable, it's only because you choose to be uncomfortable at this point in time. Confused, because you've chosen to be confused. You can pull yourself out of it the moment that you say, okay, now it's time for me to be me again. That child that you once were, you can bring that to the surface again and start moving, start being who you know you are deep inside. Don't worry about what happened and don't worry about what's going to happen. So ground yourself, stop overthinking, and start speaking truthfully as well. And you'll find a lot will start to unfold in the way that not expected, but accepted. And I hope that's assisting
Thank you, Shawana.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
You have a lovely night, and don't forget to follow us on the other show, on the other shows. I've never heard of that. Who's this? No idea. Ah, Penny, how you going? Hello,
Hey
gorgeous.
guys,
Yeah, good. How are you at the moment?
I am doing fabulous.
Awesome.
Waking up, getting ready to go to work. I'm going to be late, but you know what? You guys are worth it.
Okay, we'll try to keep a move on.
It's fine.
Okay, Penny. Heart chakra, please. Take a deep breath. Your count of 3, release. Good.
You just going through a breakup, Penny.
No. Been single for about 2 years.
No, I'm just wondering. I think that might have been Sharina. There's some things, Penny. What's come up in the moment is there's some point of views that the universe is asking you to be neutral in. Wants to show you some point of views. Too much overthinking. You know what it's like. It's so hard. We can fall into that trap of, just plopping one belief system in for another belief system, and we've got to be prepared to, at the end of the day, to go, I don't know, and rip the crap out of it. See, okay, let's pull it apart and see what still exists, and see what still works,
Right.
see what makes it effect. At the moment, there's some things that you're overthinking, and you got to be. It's about being neutral for you at the moment, being very neutral, okay, and coming back into the moment. Okay, so there's too much overthinking in areas, and which is causing
Definitely going with the flow.
Yeah,
I've got to go with the flow again.
yeah,
Just let it be.
And just that, and as I say, like that continual mind game of pulling yourself back into the moment. Okay, and pulling yourself back into the moment, and because we find ourselves, it's a continual process. I do it 1,000 times a day. I'm like, okay, I'm overthinking. Wait a sec, where did that come from? I mean, I got up this morning and I had a chat with Stathi, and I said, I got up this morning, and then I just got bombarded with all these negative thoughts. And he was like, same. Like what's happening? Because all thoughts are not us. But at the moment, there seems to be too much thinking on certain situations, and it seems to be taking its toll. But the good news is when you come to the moment and we start to see things for what they are, and we stop overthinking them. This is what heals our heart. This is what gives us the epiphanies. This is what heals our heart. This is what teaches us the lessons. Okay, because at the moment I got on your main, I've got stress. I've got CB on your current situation inverted. And the middle card is the medicine guardian, which is be open to healing information. So that healing information, you know damn well it comes from you working out what it is and working out, getting that clarity by going back to the process of going, okay, let's detach from it all. Let's just let go and let's just have a look and see what comes. Because at the moment I've got drop your shields. So this is your main action card, is drop your shields. Okay, because we don't know what people have gone through. It's people, oh my God, we know how messed up we are. And you look at other people and go, oh my God, they really haven't got a chance, have they? But we don't know. We don't know their situation. We don't know their attachments. We don't know their karma.
Right.
We don't know. And the universe is like, hey, man, there's always something in it for us to learn about ourselves. You know?
If I don't let anybody in, I'm never going to learn the lessons that are coming.
Oh yeah, they'll force them in. If you can shut yourself off as much as you want, they'll force the lessons in. Don't worry about that. But see, look, But when we do that, this is what I've got coming up next to you. Drop your shields as Father Sky inverted. Trust in the unknown. Because when we block ourselves off and we block our heart off, then we're putting out that thing. We're putting out to the universe that we don't trust in the unknown. And considering that's where we operate. It just makes it hard to grow. And you know what it's like. You've seen people get stuck in certain cycles and spend the next 40, 50 years of their life in those cycles, not dealing with them.
Right.
Okay. And that's, you know, when I look at some of the people around in my life that I've seen them do that, that scares the shit out of me doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Scared, you know, ending up like that. I'm just like, no, don't want it. Not interested in doing things that way.
Right.
Okay, but at the moment, it's lessons, learn. The universe is knocking, going penny, and you guys are just like, well, I've been knocking for a while now, but obviously you got your mind, she's got her mind made up, so you drop the shields. Time to open it up.
Yeah.
And really have a look at the situation, because when we close ourselves off just a lot more than to the situation. We close ourselves off to the whole universe, and it's time. It's time to really have a look at that. And when we close ourselves off to the universe, then that's when the feeders come. Okay,
right.
That's when we get swayed. That's when we get moody. That's when we get frustrated. And as soon as we get frustrated, and we're like, oh fuck, this is too hard. The feeder's like, ooh, dinner, boom, and they're
dinner, yum. Let's come in and dinner.
That's it. Yeah. So we just really we can't ever shut ourselves off as much as we'd like to some days. You know, go into the room and just meditate and turn off all the phone and go just stuff the world. You know, we can't do that because we're meant to be a part of it. We're meant to impact. We're meant to create. We're meant to create. Okay, so at the moment it's about having a look at that view and just really understanding and pulling in all that knowledge that you've got, pulling in all that knowledge and going like, okay, come on, it's game on time. Okay,
stop hesitating.
Stop hesitating. Yeah, throw yourself in the deep end because you have planting seeds. You have been doing work. You have been planting seeds, and they're all waiting to grow. But what happens is we get to that next stage and we get to that next limitation. Okay, and we just got to identify that limitation. I got my ass kicked on a reading the other day. I went and got some healing work done. Okay, went and started having a good look at it and started trying. Okay, I got to fix that. I got to have a look at that. Okay, and then I found some stuff early on in my existence, which created resistance like that. And I'm like, well, let's get that up and let's heal that. Okay, and it took the pressure off me.
Yeah, I'm seeing some stuff that has come up as a child that I need to really work through. I know as a child, when I was real young, like 5, another parent yelled at me and really got on me for speaking the truth that I seen her ghost in her house, and she made me sleep in the damn dining room on the floor all by myself because I was freaking her and her kids out. So, I mean, I really need to realize that this has always been who I am. And I got to quit hiding from the truth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know that.
Because when we hide from the truth, yeah, we're putting that resistance to about trusting in the unknown, and then it makes it really hard to create what we want.
Yeah.
Or create what we're meant to. However you want to
Right.
look at it. Okay.
When people tell you you're crazy your whole life, it's kind of.
Yeah, well, I always say it's the
I
same
don't
ones you've got to
know.
look out for. What are they hiding?
Right?
You always, trust a crazy person to be crazy, but okay. I pulled you last card from the surrender deck. The last card is surrender the drama. No matter how emotional charged the situation, remain calm, don't contribute to the drama, stay centered. Staying centered will help you resolve the issue more quickly. Okay. I hope
Yeah,
this helped you.
definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lessons are not coming, lessons are here. If we always wait for something to be coming, we're always going to be waiting for it to come. And we acknowledge it is here, it has arrived. We can work with it a lot easier.
Right.
There is a coldness about you. Your energy is actually low today. There's a lot that you've absorbed since the last time I've actually spoken with you. There is this a low frequency is more than anything else. It's not in the sense negative or positive, it's just a very low frequency. And it's actually making you tired, it's holding you down. And it's not in a grounding way, it's more of a, it seems to be holding you backwards, just pulling you back in a different direction to where you are heading, but there is this energy around that is just wanting you to stay where you are, not to move ahead.
Yeah.
Your heart chakra is a little bit heavy. It can be a lot lighter, but I also feel that where you're going, you keep yourself pretty balanced to what you require to be doing. Now, what I was interesting because I do feel that you're not going to be there for much longer. I don't know if you're looking to move from there and do something completely different, but one way or other, you won't be there much longer. How much longer it is, I cannot say. But things are going to change for you, and you'll be able to do exactly what you want to do in a more energy friendly environment in which you are at this moment. You might be other people who really enjoy what you're doing, but you're doing it because that's what you have to do at this moment. Your chakras, look, they're out. Your heart chakras, but I do feel that has to do with where you're going, and to actually keep yourself in your state will take a lot out of you. But solar plexus, cord cutting, that will actually really assist you at this moment as well. So do some cord cutting and get your focus on the solar plexus, and just focus on just having a nice bright yellow light there. Just keeping it nice and bright. Keep yourself grounded, important at this moment. Stop overthinking. Something that you're constantly focusing on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's a positive or a negative at this moment. Whether you just stop thinking. I really need to say to you, stop overthinking it. Stop thinking, and allow yourself to just absorb what is coming through for you, because it is there. Feel that you need to be speaking a lot more than what you're speaking at this moment. I think you need to be offering your form of counseling. You have some counseling words that you're not using to express yourself where you need to express yourself. Yes, there are those who will listen to you, but you're not really speaking to everyone the way that you can be speaking, the way that you would like to be expressing yourself. I think it's important for you to start doing that now. Sacral, look, I think you're creative enough, and you can be a little bit more creative, and that's not in a negative. It's not in opposite of what it should be, but it can be actually a little bit brighter as well. So orange lights there as well, and that will assist on that aspect of it. Now, above you on your crown itself, which is interesting because it's not a closed off crown. We don't have closed off crowns. The crowns are always open, but it depends on how the rest of the chakras are to how much energy is coming through. You've got a steady flow, but that flow itself seems to be somewhere along the line as it's coming through. It gets disrupted, and I do feel that that's more on your focusing, your thoughts, overthinking it, or trying to say something that. Trying to see something that is there, but you're not seeing it the way it should be, and imagining it to be something other than what it is. And this is creating a little bit of disturbance in the energy flow itself. Clearing, look, there is, as I said first, there's this coldness around you and a tiredness. I don't know what that's from itself because it doesn't feel it's from you. It feels like you've picked up something which is sort of just draining your energy and just keeping you more on the flat side than anything else. Just do yourself a good clearing. I don't know if you carry sage or palo santo with you, just smudge yourself and just clear your aura because your aura does need a little bit of clearing. So whatever it is, wherever you clear something which is not yours itself.
My ex showed up. I thought about his mother and how she's doing, and the next day he came back into my life. So there is, and I can always tell when they're still keeping their energy close.
I got the 3 hearts came up. 3 swords came up. So I was wondering what that was.
I know that it's not yours, so that it's something that you have picked up, and that sort of, as you said it, made sense. It just felt the image being clear as you mentioned it. So you are aware of that. But do yourself a good cleansing. There's not much more than that. You're pretty much on line of where you are to be right this moment. Yes, your focus is what you need to be doing because that's the focus that you require at this moment. Don't overthink what you need to be doing. And I'll state to that to everybody. Don't think too much. Allow it to unfold. You know that you're going to work. You know that you've got to do what you need to be doing. Just allow it to unfold the way it unfolds for you. And I think you're more into that naturalness of what you need to do these days anyway. The more you can have time to yourself, which I don't feel you do, and I do feel that I know that based on you having that one day that you get a chance to take time for yourself, start to take care of yourself more, start putting your energy back into you. There is a lot more, but it feels that this is not the right place to mention a lot of things. But there is a lot more for you to actually absorb. Things that, and this is where I will say that it's not for me to actually state at this point of time, but there is something that is beneficial on its way as well. So don't overthink what it could be. Don't worry about what it could be, because when it's the right time, it will be here for you exactly when it's required. But to be prepared for a shift and a change that is on its way as well. There is a positive, a nice positive, and you'll actually will brighten you up so much when it does come to you. And it is not far at all. But I also do feel that you're ready to move from where you are to something completely different. I don't know if that's work-wise or if that's place-wise, home-wise, or location-wise. I don't know if it's location in itself, somewhere different, but there is a shift and a change coming your way, and that could just be you itself. But I do feel it's more on doing something different to what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Other than that, again, I can feel that there's so much to say, but I'm actually also being. I feel that it's not as a focus as certain things. So you're telling me not to say it as well, so I will honor that and respect that. So I won't be saying it. Cleanse yourself. Palo Santo sage. Just do a cleanse. Now, if you have it with you, great. Do it before you go in, and do it when you leave before you jump into your car. Just give yourself a cleanse. If not, when you get home, do a nice cleanse. Sit down, take time to yourself, ground yourself. Barefooting is always good. Just walking around nature itself, and just feel the ground under your feet. Um, and just absorb. And what I'm going to ask you to say is when you get that time to do the grounding for yourself, and you're in the moment, ask whatever it is that I'm to know now, come through for you, please.
I will do that. And I just bought this the other day to keep in my car purposely.
Good.
So I can ground my son's self at lunch too.
Yeah, look, anytime that you're feeling a little bit low in your energy, you know when you feel that energy drop. When you feel that, that's when you do it. And yeah, don't hesitate to do it. Yeah, not
Yeah.
everybody appreciates that, but those who don't like it, they're the ones that are not supposed to be around you at that time as well.
Exactly.
Thank you,
And it
Thank
really
you so
works.
much.
Thank you.
I truly appreciate both of you. Thank you. Much love,
You're welcome.
everyone. Love and light to all.
Okay, see you, Penny. You have a good day at work.
I'm 12 minutes late. Love you guys.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
See you soon.
That's dedication.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. Because if you feel those dense energies, people, it's good to have a bit of Palo Santo or something on you. I think I saw something. I was sitting in my front room, and then this is a while back, and then I felt the airiness coming from the hallway, and I looked down the hallway, and I couldn't see anything, but I just felt something around, and I just kept walking down. The energy got denser and denser, and I went into the back spare room. It was at night, into a dark room, and then closed the door and stood in the dark room, going, "Okay, can't be in fear." And there was just a real heavy. It was something, and I tried clearing it, tried moving out. I couldn't move whatever it was. I couldn't work out what it was. It was something, and couldn't shift it. And so I went back and I got some sage, came back, saged the area, did the same thing again with the clearing, and did it with the sage, and then it lightened the whole area and shifted the whole vibration. So Palo Santo is an easy one to carry around. It's a great little one to go and do yourself a clearing here and there. I'm not tired. It's only 11:15 here at night. I'm good. I'm good to go. So people, if you would like a reading and you had not been on the show, there was someone there saying, "Can I ask Anna? Anna Gay? No, Anna Gnomes. Can you ask a question? Of course, you can ask a question. You can ask whatever you want." Hey Tia, how you going? And so, to get a reading, you must come on the show. Were you enjoying your own? I just got up early. Not too early. But, yeah. This is a late show. So, help with the overseas people.
Yeah, when I yawn, if you notice that I yawn a fair bit when I'm actually focusing on someone, that's when I do a clearing.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
The energy that
Yeah,
I pick up as well.
Yeah. See? Clearing.
That's on you. Everyone does it differently on the own self-clearing, but when I work with somebody, I yawn a lot.
Yeah. I thought I was doing clearings, but it turns out it was just lentils and chili.
He's crazy.
I'm not crazy.
Why are you calling me crazy? Who's crazy? I'm not crazy. Hey, who's talking to me?
Oh, I'll be shooting fish in a barrel. Ain't going there. I'm good, Tia. So, who would like to come on the show for a reading? Otherwise, I'm going to go cross-eyed. I don't know. We don't know that, Torna. You could be a good kind. You're a good. Oh yeah. But why do you need to say that? Now you got me thinking.
Crazy is
Why
crazy.
would
Whether it's good or bad,
someone
it's still
need to
crazy.
say that? Self-judgment, maybe. Good kind of crazy. What about you could be the great kind of crazy? Or the unpredictable kind of crazy? Whatever crazy you desire. You could be crazy about cooking. Crazy about shoes. Like Cindy. Yeah, but they'll say that. Though I have met some people in this, it's just an awareness, not a judgment. They went crazy, but what was running them was, hey, NSMs, how you going? I don't know. I don't even know who your husband is.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were Tonya.
Oh,
So why?
get this.
I mean, seriously, but why do we say I am this or I am that? I mean, do you want to be that? That's fair enough. You know, you can choose to be whatever you put after I am. But to understand that aspect of it, you know, it's like saying I'm angry. You know, it doesn't really matter if you're changing who you are to be something else. Acknowledge at least that you're not being yourself. You know, so everyone uses words. We use words and we don't even realize what we're saying when we speak. To understand what you're saying right this moment, Tonya, you are something other than yourself. I am love. Well, are you?
NSM, you must come on the show. We'll give them the flick. Give one the flick or give the other the
Okay.
flick.
You have a
Get
good
rid of
day.
one of them. Yeah, 1 sec. Hold the fort.
Oh,
You need to come on the show to get a reading.
We are interesting creatures, and I'll say creatures at this moment. But we use words without even realizing that we're using words. There is so much more to us than what we associate to, because that's all it is. We're experiencers. Everything is, we're capable of experiencing anything that we choose to experience. The word the love, you know, I really like that. Everyone throws it around left, right, and center, and they don't really have an understanding of it. You can experience it. It's true. You can experience love, just like you can experience hate. You can experience so much, and it is just an experience. To understand that everything that we choose is an experience, and how we choose it. But what's more important is most people don't actually look at who they are that is experiencing what they choose to experience. Then click on the link, the StreamYard link. People, to get a reading, you need to come onto the show. Yeah, if you look in mythology, love itself is an entity, just like anger is an entity. These are all entities that we can experience. The states that we can experience, they are entities. You can always go back and watch it. And yes, look, you don't really, how many times do you need to be told the same thing? And if you do need to be told the same thing, you're not listening. When they come on the show, though, Caroline, we do state it to get a reading. You need to come on the show. It certainly does. I haven't actually looked at it. I'm always on this side. If you click onto it, it'll take you onto your browser, or you can just copy and paste it onto your browser and it'll bring you into it. But it does say more than a reading. So it sort of grabs people's curiosity. They come on. If they don't want to come onto the show live, they don't get a reading. Check your mute, Brooke.
Won't let me share what on?
The show. Share.
Yes, it will. Reset your phone. Or come on the show and don't worry about sharing. So, you lovely people who would like to come on the show? How do I go ahead to StreamYard link? Jackie, you click on the link and then you hit the three dots and you open it you can either cut it and paste it straight into. You can copy it and paste it into your search engine and then enter with Google or Facebook, or you can just click on it and it should say, hey, you want to come in on Google or Facebook. I forget how it works at the moment, but it works. So, interesting. Chrome. Yeah, it works in Chrome. Yeah, it probably doesn't work on the other. I don't forget what the other ones are. I use Opera, but I don't need it on my computer.
On my computer, I just go into the bottom where there's the arrow, click on the arrow, and it says more options, and
then message
Share
Cindy and
to
go, why is it
group.
not working? I don't use Firefox. Yeah, I use, what's it?
Yes, it does. I use
Does it?
Firefox. Mm-hmm.
I use
It does.
Opera.
Yeah, I've used it on Firefox and I've used it on Chrome, and they're the two main ones that I would use. And yeah, it works on both.
It's on phones. It can be a bit funny on some of the phone servers, depending on what. Yeah.
I suppose I don't use it on phones or on tablets. I just use it on my laptop, so it works fine.
So
Facebook has been playing up as well, and I will state that I have noticed that it's changed in the past few days. Everything is all over the place, especially on laptops. I'm sorry, on tablet and on the phone. I noticed the difference on it.
hey Ben, how you going? How are you going? Can I have a reading now? Why?
No,
What's the rush?
no.
See what it says? See what it says beneath me? To get a reading, you must come on the show. This is not just a reading show. This is more than a reading show. So, I did hear is your show on YouTube, isn't it? Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's on a couple of pages on Facebook.
YouTube.
Yeah, you're on YouTube. Ben, it doesn't matter. You just click on the. There's a link. It should come up above you. It says StreamYard, and you click on that and come onto the show. Well, we can give you a reading.
Hiya, Liz.
Which bench you probably need a reading because there's a lot of changes you're going through at the moment. A lot of emotions getting stirred up, coming through. All inside your head. Which is normal.
You can discuss everybody, all people.
You don't have to share. You can donate to support the show. $5 here, $5 there goes a long way, people. It all helps.
Bring your focus to your heart chakra. Bring your focus to your heart chakra. Bring your focus to this present moment. You're here and now. And nowhere else. Stop thinking of what you're going to be receiving or what you're going to be getting, and stop focusing on what it was. It's not. This is all it is right this moment. Focus on your breathing. Be aware of your breathing that's happening at this moment. It's not going to happen. It's happening. Oh, sunny skies. I am well. I know Brooke is well. But we got cloudy skies. It's raining here.
Cut and paste it, bent into your search engine. Oh, it should work. See at the top, it says HTTP StreamYard.
Have you asked them? Seriously. Ask. You know, sometimes it's best to just ask the person that you want to know things about. Ask them directly. That's not about you. What do you want to know about yourself?
So I just came in through the link.
So. Stop focusing on other people. Focus on yourselves.
Well, Ben, the way you're going about it's not going to help. You've got your mind made up. You've got your mind made up already. So you're just going to have to confront it. But could be a projection, could be the truth. But you've got to have that conversation with your husband. You've got to have that conversation.
If I want to ask something about somebody, I ask them directly. I don't go to others to ask about somebody else. Focus on the person that you're with when you're with them. Speak to them directly. Ask them the questions you want others to answer for you. They will be the best ones to answer. If you feel they're lying, well, that's what you feel. If you feel they're telling the truth, that's what you feel. Get to know yourself, center yourself, get to understand what energies are, get to understand the energies. Someone is lying, you'll know about it. If they're not, you'll know about it. But to go and ask somebody else about somebody else, I think they call that gossip.
These things have to be explored. We can't just go for the quick fix. If it comes up, it needs to be discussed. It needs to be dealt with. If you can't do that, and we need to do that in the relationship, it's hard, but we need to do that. Otherwise, what sort of relationship do we have? So we got to ask ourselves. It's not easy. It's not easy, Bint, but we're going to do it. You just got to put up the courage and have that discussion.
Good evening from here. Hello.
Tanya, what number am I thinking of? Telepathy girl? Just missing. Just missing. Angelita.
What animal am I thinking?
He's thinking of an animal, and I'm thinking of a number.
Yeah, all around us there is energy. Wrong. All around us there is energy, and the energy can be felt. And the energy is a high vibration or a low vibration. Um, to feel the energy is to acknowledge a lot of things. The first thing that we acknowledge is ourselves. As we get to know who we are, we get to understand what our energy actually is, if it is an energy. Because if we're feeling something, okay, to determine what it is that we're feeling, we have to truly know who we are ourselves. So everything is an experience, and we're the experiences of that which we're experiencing. We focus too much on the senses that we've been given, but the main sense that we don't is the inner sense. There's a lot within us that can feel what somebody is vibrating at. If someone is lying, there's a particular frequency on them. If someone's telling the truth, there's a particular frequency. If someone's feeling down, they have a particular frequency. To feel that frequency, and that's what telepathy actually is. Telepathy is not words. To express what somebody's energy is, to understand what chakras are. Chakras vibrate at a particular frequency. And the chakra is vibrating at its natural frequency. You can feel an alignment within it. To understand that alignment, you have to know who you are. You have to know how you're feeling, what you're feeling, who it is that you're feeling then.
Anyone would like to come on the show for a reading?
It's a long animal and a number. Okay.
11:11 here. Let's manifest the next guest.
Mhm. So there was a particular story, and in that story there's a character, and that character states, "Know thyself." To know thyself, though, is it what you've been told, and is that how you're going to know yourself, or you're going to just accept what somebody has told you that yourself is? How do you know yourself? How would you truly know yourself? And everything and every word you use is based on what you've been told. Is that knowing yourself, or just accepting what others have told you about yourself, or what yourself is?
Yeah. Well, that's programming. Well, most people, even on their spiritual walk, don't even get past breaking their program. They get nowhere near it. Bop in other programs.
So how would you know yourself, Tony? So everything is a program. Every word that I'm using at this moment that you understand is based on the program. Your whole education is a program. How would you know yourself when all you're using is what somebody has told you? Every word, every association to the word is based on what somebody has given us. How would you know yourself? Well, I'm using words, and as I stated, these words that I'm using, that somebody else has given them to us. What is yourself? How would you know what yourself is? And what does yourself really mean? I mean, we use the word yourself within association based on what somebody else has told us yourself is. And I'm just using the word at this moment. What if it's not connecting to anything? What if yourself is not actually connected to anything? What if yourself is capable of connecting to everything and experiencing everything, but it's not what it's experiencing? What would it be? Well, again, what is an
Aren't
energy?
we?
Let's see. Go on.
I was going to say, aren't we our own energy field?
Oh, what is energy? I mean, so when we
Or
stop
is the field that we
using
developed?
every word that we use, it doesn't matter what word we use. And someone's given us these words. We don't really know what these words mean. We have an association to the words. They're an educated association. So who is it that we truly are? Again, we can experience everything, and anything is possible to be experienced. But who is the experiencer? Energy is something that we can experience, yes. I don't deny that. I don't deny that self itself can be experienced as well. But if you're talking to yourself, who is it that you are that's talking to that which you call yourself?
We have another guest. Okay. Hey, Natasha, how you going? Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Hi,
Yourself?
Sadi.
Hello.
Fine, thank you.
Okay, Natasha, and get you to focus on your heart chakra. Natasha, I'm just going to get you to focus on your heart chakra, but behind the back of your heart chakra, from the back. Go for it, Brooke, if you're ready for me.
Natasha.
Yes,
Okay, what I'm feeling is I'm feeling like a distraction. I'm feeling like a distraction. Is that breathing? The mic?
yes.
Yep. Okay. What I'm feeling is I'm feeling. What's going on? Are you blowing into the mic?
Just move, that's it, move the mic.
Yeah.
Just put it. Hold it
Sorry.
down. Just hold the mic down.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
fine. Yeah, I'm hearing you
That's
breathe.
fine.
Okay. At the moment, look, I'm feeling there's some stuff coming up to be healed. Okay, there's some stuff that's acting as a block, and I feel like there's distractions. There's something that you're avoiding. Okay, I'm getting something. It's almost like there's a blockage, something that's creating resistance to you at the moment, and you're sidestepping it, and you're trying to move away from and dealing with it, because the first card I've got for you is the High Priestess, harness the mystic power. That's saying, look, you've got the knowing, you've got the understanding, you know what the go is, you know how to deal with these things, you know the deal. Okay, you understand the mystery, and it almost feels like, I mean, there's a whole heap of healing, but there seems to be an unsettledness of like something's coming to a crunch, or there's something on your plate, and you're almost at a point where it's like almost like the love and light sort of thing. You just keep going. Don't worry, just think positive, and it'll work itself out. But there's something that keeps coming up for you at the moment, and it's like no, I've got to be dealt with. I've got to be understood. It's time to look at it. It feels like it's time to look at it, because I've got the High Priestess, and mirroring the card on the bottom of your main pile, I've got the Shaman inverted, trust in higher forces. That's inverted, so that's saying that there's resistance. It's something that you won't step into at the moment. Okay, and it has to be something. It's something about the past that you just don't want to touch. Don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole.
That's
Okay,
correct.
and and it feels like it's causing heaps of resistance. It's causing heaps of grease. But as I say, I've got like the High Priestess that tarot card pulled to the side, and that's inverted. But I got the High Priestess, the Oracle card, as your main cards. It's saying there's that inner conflict. Okay, there's a conflict. It's like there's something you don't want to touch, and it has to do with your childhood. Okay, it has to do with your childhood, or just it has to do with that self nurturing. Okay, because I got at the moment you can be struggling with holding space, or you're always trying to hold the space, but it feels like you're annoying. It feels like your intuition is. It feels like in around this subject, it seems you seem to be shutting it out. But the main action card I've got for you in like how to move forward, and this has got inner child next to it inverted. Okay, I got the medicine mother. Honor your inner knowing. Okay, and it just feels like this thing. You walk the walk, you talk the talk. I got the trust in the science card inverted, and this is saying like when we go through this stuff, if someone else came to us with a certain problem, we'd look at it and go, hey, why don't you just do this? And it's easy for us to do that because we don't have an attachment to an outcome. We don't have a touch for going through, for reliving sometimes. Sometimes we this fear of the unknown. There can be things that we push aside, and we don't want to deal with because it's too awkward, or we just don't want to go there. We just go, oh no, like if I just keep it out of my field, it won't happen, which sometimes works. But there's something here that you really need to have a look at, because I've got the medicine mother. Honor your inner knowing. Okay. And there's someone around that can help. There's someone around you at the moment that can assist you to move through this, to drag it up. But the problem is it just feels like sometimes we cause all this. This is where the illusion is. Sometimes we cause all these stories around why we can't go to these places and we don't want to deal with them. We all do it. We all do it all the time. And then we go and deal with it and go, well, that wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought I had to go deeper into it, or I thought I had to have more tears or more release. Sometimes there's a bit of release. Sometimes there's a bit of tears. Sometimes it's just an acknowledgement, so we can recognize it for what it is, so then we can move forward. Okay, but at the moment it just keeps coming back. It just keeps coming back.
That's
It just keeps coming back. So all I've really got for you at the moment is that there's some work that you know that you need to do. Okay, there's some healing that you need to do at the moment, and it's been pushed to the side, not avoided. You know the deal. You're just like, oh, we'll do something else now. Okay, and the last card I've got for you is surrender to your intuition. It's time. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowing, or moments that may come in to guide you. Okay, so the universe. And look, the time that we're all going through at the moment. I just got some stuff come up the other day, and I made a couple of phone calls, did a bit of meditation, then went and got some healing done. Got someone to assist me, to help me through it and walk through. It's just what's happening. Everything's coming up at the moment. The frequencies are changing. Okay, it's just time to get onto it. Okay, I hope that's helped you.
Thank you.
Natasha,
Yes.
New Orleans, what does that mean to you?
Sorry?
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah, what does that mean to you?
No, nothing.
Nothing. Okay. New Orleans, it's very strong at this moment. For some reason, I'm just getting a lot of. It's the main words that I keep hearing is New Orleans. Now, not quite certain what it is, but I did ask you to focus on the back of your heart chakra. So it's really something in the past, something that has been but is not at this moment. But it seems to be. Seems like something is holding you back someone, something. I feel it's more of a something than a someone. Something is holding you back. Something seems to be holding you from your heart chakra and holding you backwards. Um, it's not negative in a sense, but it feels as though you're not looking at something that you could be looking at. And it's just pulling you backwards constantly. It's not letting you go because it's something that you haven't confronted or faced or dealt with. And more than dealt, I think you need to deal with something in your past that's. I don't think it's to let it go, but to acknowledge it. So this could be what I'm picking up in New Orleans as well. Have a look into New Orleans and see what that means to you. And if there's any connection that you feel when you do look into it. Because
I
it's a very
can't
strong.
think that is.
Go on.
I can't think anything about New Orleans because I'm from South Africa,
It doesn't
and
matter. Yeah, no, that's fine. It doesn't matter. New Orleans, that's what I'm saying. Have a look at it. See, look into New Orleans and see if there's anything that draws you to it. Any connection that you might have with New Orleans. Um, you might be from South Africa, but I do feel that there is something there that you might benefit into looking into, because it is something in the past, something for you to look into. That's why I feel something's holding you there or pulling you towards that direction. Something in your past. Now, your past does not mean yesterday. Necessarily mean just yesterday or a week ago or a month or a year or even this lifetime. Could be a different lifetime as well. So something at a different time altogether. But something is there, something to do with New Orleans, and I do feel that you'll get something out of it. But when you get an opportunity, look into it. See how it resonates with you. See if there's anything there that grabs your attention about New Orleans. It could be the music. There's a lot of blues, a lot of jazz in New Orleans. It could be just the music itself. But just look into it at some stage and see how that resonates with you. Because it's very strong and it's coming from your past. So it's something behind you that is there strong. And it does have a hold on you. There's something there that's really holding on to you. So I will say, look into New Orleans. Next time when we speak, hopefully you can tell me yay or nay. It was a direction or not a direction.
okay.
It could be something, could be nothing, could be something, but I feel there is something there for you. Now, do you have, I'll move away from that, but do you have any tension around your collarbone area?
A lot.
Okay. Because I feel heaps of tension here. I feel like your shoulders are being pulled inwards and it's pushing you inwards. And so it is your collarbone area, and I do feel that that's got to do with your throat itself and your throat chakra itself. It feels like there's something blocking you in this area, in your throat chakra. Something does go to your sacral, so it's something to do. Maybe somebody that you've had a falling out with that's caused some grief that you're holding on to, and something that you haven't said that you would have liked to have said to somebody. Your heart chakra is, I want to say it's heavy, but it's not actually in the sense of heavy. It's not yours. It's something that you're carrying from somebody as well. And you're holding it in your heart chakra.
That is true.
I also feel that I feel it's time for you to let it go. That's all I can really say regarding that. It's time to not carry that with you any longer. It's not yours, and you don't need to be holding on to that. It's a sadness as well. There is some sadness there. Now, I am going to go to your base chakra. As you start to let go of whatever it is that you're carrying, it's not yours. And it's interesting because at this moment, what I feel is like there's two hands that want to hold on to you, but they can't seem to hold you. For some reason, they're not there to hold you, and they'd like to really hold you. And it feels like it's a strong energy around you. There is a light around you as well. There is this really bright light that I keep on seeing. I close my eyes and it's just it seems to be all over you. It's covering you itself. It's a nice light. It's not a negative or anything, but it does feel something wants to embrace you in some way. It just doesn't. It just doesn't know how to. But I feel that that's you that's pushing it, not allowing it to come to you itself. Um, Find your space, find your grounding, get grounded again, be in the present moment, and receive whatever it is that is there for you to actually receive. Because you've got a lot that you're holding on to that you can just let go now. It's not yours anymore. It's not for you to carry it with you anymore. It's time to say goodbye to it, and just it is time to say goodbye to it. It's not for you to carry any longer. It doesn't require you to carry it anymore. And you'll feel the lightness that will come from here as well. Your shoulders are heavy. I feel that's a lot to do with the way that you're being pulled inwards, and it's not yours. Time to relax. Brooke mentioned about receiving healing. I think it's not as much as a healing itself, but yes, it does work the same way. It's a releasing, a letting go of what you're holding on to. Focus on your base chakra mainly and keep yourself grounded and be in the present moment. And it doesn't matter about, again, I say this to everyone, it's not about you yesterday, it's not about you tomorrow, it's about what's happening in the moment as it's occurring. There is a lot of energy in the area that you're in, and I feel that you absorb that as well. I'm not certain what you do, but there is you take on look. It just you're taking on a lot which is not yours, and I feel that you concern yourself for a lot of people, but you're taking on a lot which is not yours. Your solar plexus. Do you know how to do cord cutting? You know how to cut cords. Cord cut. You know what cord cutting is?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I
Do
know
your
about cord
cords.
cutting.
Okay. Cut cords. Time to start cutting cords. Do a lot of them. Okay. So you visualize individuals and just cut those cords. Certain cords, good cords, there's nothing wrong with them, but it's best to cut them off so you're not absorbing their energy as well, because you are absorbing a lot of people's energy around you. Now, when you're doing the cord cutting, do the cord cutting from behind and the front, because you've got cords coming from solar plexus forwards and solar plexus behind. So do those cord cuttings and you'll feel a lot lighter as well in that aspect of it. Your sacral, get creative, be more creative than what you are. Start doing things that you really enjoy and start enjoying them in the moment. Don't worry about it doesn't matter what they are, just do that. Don't focus too much on what seems to be a little bit confusing for you, because there's something there that there is something there that creates a little bit of a confusion for you, but it's not for you to focus too much on that. Don't you pick up, you've got a very strong sense. Your third eye is completely open, by the way, and you're very clear on what you see, but you're doubting yourself too much on that aspect of it. You know things are not the way that they should be, and you see it around individuals as well. Start to be truthful to yourself. Start to acknowledge that's what you see to be exactly as you're seeing it. You are clear here, but the rest of you can be in alignment with what you're seeing. Start working more with your heart chakra. Keep yourself grounded in the present moment. And you'll start to feel that lightness coming through as well. And that's which is to assist you, which is around, as Brooke mentioned, is assisting you as we are speaking. It's there for you. You just have to be more clear with yourself to be able to feel it and work with it as well. You have a lot around you. The interpretation will be someone will say your wings are open, they're not closed. You're actually spread open, but you're the one that's doubting that aspect of yourself. You are a healer yourself. You have that healing energy within you. You have a lot that you offer to your community. You have a lot you offer to everybody. It's very strong within you, but there is a doubt within you on that aspect of Stop doubting yourself. Start trusting yourself. Start cutting those cords. Every time you're with somebody and you're not with them any longer, cut cords. Start feeling your own thoughts again. Start receiving and being clear with yourself. Doesn't matter about the others now. It's more about you. The more you ground yourself, the more you start coming more and centering yourself, the more you're going to start to feel and see things a lot clearer than what you're seeing them at this moment. You're getting close. You're very close, and you know what it's all about. It's that doubt, which is your own doubt at this moment, and also you are picking up too many thoughts of other people around you. That's where the cord cutting will assist you. Nati umakata unosha nasi umatano. Ichata yikun asa iumata ulun mana. Ikhnatara utunu yukumata. As ishiniya mata una bakata. Akiomata anu a umata anu. Dawenatio no ishio no kus. Ikia natan. Achana usonuma. Ita una kyoto. Ahi anok u aliomata sinano. Dasha uno kutiana. Ihio no kuti iasumatano. Dao matona iki. Akut ikiat usishinaka. Isamat ich ano io totui sana. Ihiomas ishala unokun. At ariomat uhu. Ahio patana usinatam. Dao matano soyakiamas. Ishanata una ashira. At anum atao. Diat as uhian. Thank you.
Thank you. Highly appreciated.
Take care of yourself. Clear yourself. Thank you very much. You have a lovely day.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye, Natasha.
Okay. Paula, Diana, welcome. Jackie. Check this out. To get a reading, you must come on the show. If you come on, I'll go one extra just for you guys. I will ban Slee Dion from coming on the show. How about that?
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Yashika. Mela, Mela, I think I pronounce it right or not? My apologies. So yes, click on the StreamYard link if you want to come on. I'm going good. How are you going? Cindy's just posted them. Click on StreamYard link, Cindy. That's if you want a reading, you need to come onto the show. So you click on the StreamYard link. Yeah, I can start. Yes, you come onto the show.
Oh, shoot, I'm on.
Yes, you're on. Who am I got? Robert Schumann.
That's just, I don't know why Robert's on it. My kids put that on there. It's Paula.
Okay. Paula,
Just missed it.
bring your, now, are you aware of your chakras?
No, I just started collecting crystals and stuff, kind of looking into it, but I'm not sure what it is.
Okay. Well, firstly, I'll mention to you to start looking into chakras, 7 basic chakras. The 7 basics is your base chakras, the bottom one. Then you've got your sacral. And then you have your solar plexus. From your solar plexus, you have your heart chakra.
Hi.
You focus on your focus on your heart chakra. Okay, which is just at your heart. So if you focus on your heart area, okay, just bring your focus here. And now this is where I would guide you through your chakras at this moment, but that's not going to assist. So I will state to you again, when you get an opportunity, look into your chakras. You jump onto YouTube and just type in chakras. You'll get to understand it a little bit. Just to understand it for yourself. Start with the base chakra, and that'll lead you through to the rest of them as well. So the base chakra is the one that I'll get you to focus on, which is based on your grounding. Being in the present moment. Your thoughts are on how are things going to turn out, what's going to happen, how are things going to be. That's overthinking things. That's you're ungrounded, so you're in your mind too much, thinking of the situations, constantly constantly ahead of yourself, which is creating anxiety within you as well and putting a lot of stress on your body. There's a lot of heaviness on your shoulders. You have this weight that you're carrying, and I feel I do know what that is, but there's a lot of weight on your shoulders and a lot of stress around your neck area. Again, you are not speaking enough of your truth. You're holding back on a lot of things, and there's a lot of frustration. I do feel a lot of frustration. I'm not being disturbed, so if that's bothering you, it's not bothering me. There is that frustration within you. There's a lot of tension. It's just you're very tense. You're very it's not claustrophobic, but it feels so claustrophobic where you are. You feel like you're being pressured on all directions. Front, back, left, right. It's just all there. Just so much to do. Don't know when to do it. Don't know how to do it. Now, there's not much that I am capable of doing for you because this is for you now, what you need to be doing for yourself. And that is starting to take care of who you are. You take care of others around you, but you need to start taking care of yourself. Now, by getting to understand what the chakras are, they'll actually assist you on how you feel body-wise and why you're holding on to all that stress as well. Getting out of your head and being in the present moment and dealing with the moment itself as it unfolds for you. Because if you keep thinking about how you're going to deal with the situation, which has not yet arisen, you're going to just create more and more stress on your body and more anxiety throughout you. It feels like you're coping okay, but I think that you're putting up a front for everyone to feel that you're okay, or to see and to think that you're okay, but you're not. You're dying inside. That's what I've been saying. It's just a lot of pressure on you, and it seems like you're doing this on your own. Not really much support. It doesn't feel like you have the support that you're really after.
Oh, you
You need to
something.
find
I
time.
need to get a temperature.
You need to find time for yourself. You need to be able to do things that you require to do with no one around you. And I can say that you're trying to do that at this moment, but you have all that which is around you as well that you need to
Thank
be taking
you.
Okay, Grandma. So charge it.
care of.
I know.
Find that time to look into the chakras, to really understand how they work. Start with your base chakra and work your way through that. Yes, there are crystals which can assist you with your relaxing and assist you with the energies that are around you as well. Um, they're good and everything, but you do what would be very beneficial for you is to find someone where you can actually uh, go and do some healing. Go and find a healer that's going to assist you with. They can also guide you through the chakras and assist you in learning more about the chakras as well. There are shows that you can go onto YouTube and do it on your own, but it's always good to have somebody who can actually say to you, okay, this is what the base chakra is, this is how it's going to assist you, and so forth and so forth. Now I'm focusing on your base chakra because that's more of your grounding aspect of it. That's keeping yourself in the present moment. Because you are overthinking a lot of things, and a lot of your thinking of tomorrow is controlling your present moment, which is creating that stress for you and the anxiety that's coming up. Your heart chakra, overwhelmed. Look, you are overwhelmed. You're just taking on too much for yourself. Again, that's your yesterday is controlling your tomorrow because of what happened yesterday. Tomorrow is overthought about, and you're just not in this present moment to be who you truly can be and more relaxed. So the more you start looking at yourself, start taking care of yourself, start being more present, you'll start to feel a lot lighter as well. But there's a lot of weight on you. There's a lot of heaviness around you, and yes, there is much that you need to be doing.
Can I have it?
I don't have much more to offer you, so I'm going to pass you on to Brooke. And yes, you are busy at this moment, and I can appreciate the position that you're in as well. So look, I hope that's helped you a little bit. So just look into your chakras and get to understand them. Go and find yourself somebody who can do some healings for you as well. And that'll give you time to be on your own as well.
Right. I have so much stress and a lot. You're correct, spot on. I have so much in doing for everybody. I just don't take care of myself, and it's just all wound up in my head.
That's right. Yes. And look, it shows and it feels, and your energy is just all over the place as well. So again, you need to start looking at you, taking time out, even if it's 1 hour a week that you have to do is just be on your own to do things that you need to do on your own. Start to do that. Hopefully Brooke can give you some insight cards. I hope that's helped you a little bit.
Yes, it has. Thank you so much.
Oh, hey, Grandma.
Just my sweetheart. Okay.
This is really interesting. It's pretty much in line with the same thing at the moment. Look, I've got the mountain card inverted, stand your ground, okay, which is interesting. But at the moment, it seems like there's just so much of a distraction, and just this whole
1, 2.
I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. And as Stathi was saying, this is bringing you away from what you need to do to yourself, from that self-nurturing. Because what I've got at the moment, you're not seeing past the current situation. It's like I have to do. They expect me to do this. They expect me to do that, and this is causing you frustration. This is draining your energy. I mean, we got to do things. We've got to do things. But when we're always being of service, and we've got to help everyone. When we've got that, okay, we start to fall into martyrdom. Okay, being the martyr, and then before you know it, we've got yeah, okay, fine, yep, do this, yep, okay, yeah, I'll help you with that. I'm busy, but there's an inner voice. There's an inner voice and inner compass, and you've really got to start listening to, because deep down inside, I've got trust your instincts, and you're saying, well, I can't let people down, but someone asks you to do something. And that first little voice that comes into your head before you answer it, which might be, yeah, I can't be bothered, I was going to do something else today. You got to start listening to that little voice and putting yourself first, because otherwise, because I've got cause and effect inverted, be of service inverted. Okay, I've got a pile here just looking at what you're going through, and the final card on that is set it all free. All this, I have to do this, I have to help. I mean, yeah, we could do something sometimes, but when we keep getting caught up in our life and we're just like, I've got to be of service and I've got to help and I've got to help and I help, then our whole worth, our whole identity becomes doing stuff for other people, and we lose ourselves. And it feels like you've lost yourself at the moment. But the card I've got here, energy is gaining momentum. This is a frustration card. And when this frustration card comes up, and it comes up inverted, it's saying, look, you know the answer, what you need to do. You need to learn to say no sometimes and put yourself first. Okay. And you know this, but you're not honoring the inner voice. It's not getting honored.
Yeah.
And then you just see in the short term, you just see, well, in the short term, look, I better do it, otherwise it will cause friction. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes we're gonna set the boundaries and set that tough love. Otherwise, people just have expectations, and then before you know it, our life becomes everyone else's expectations, and then we don't know ourselves. And then we get further on in life and go, what happened in life? Where's my life? I wanted to do this. I had dreams of that. And then we look back and go, I've had no fulfillment. I mean, yeah, we've got fulfillment, but it just seems like all this busyness, until you put yourself first, it's just going to be distracting. It's going to be draining. And it's all about finding that balance, because it just seems like there's no balance.
Yeah, I have
And
absolutely
until you make that choice, because you're in reaction mode at the moment. Something happens, like what that, what's going on now? What do? I sorted that out, and now it's just all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Until you make that choice to go, no, I need to find me. I need to put time for me. Okay, because what's coming up now is, it's just like, oh, I haven't got time for me because I've got to do all this other stuff. Okay. That's the reality you're creating at the moment. And until you start learning to say no and say, look, I've got to do something for myself today, or put it out there before, say, hey, today, 2 days time, I'm not doing, I'm busy. And they're like, what are you doing? And they go, that's my business. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. I just said, and just get that time for yourself. But no matter how busy we are, until we start making time for ourselves, there's not much that can happen.
Yeah,
there's not much that can change. Okay, we just got to make that choice, and we got to go, hey. And then it's like, well, you got to find someone else. I'm giving you plenty of time in advance. And then when someone wants their help, go, I couldn't find anyone in time in advance. Go, not my problem. I've got something planned. I've got to do me.
Yeah. See, I have a lot of trouble because my daughter is an addict. I had to adopt her grandson. My son's suicidal, and I'm trying to keep everything above, and I'm falling.
It's not easy.
No. And I try to stay strong no matter how I feel for them. Yeah.
Well, it's hard. It's hard with family, because sometimes we've got to just give them enough space to make their own mistakes, and we can't always go cleaning up their mess. It's hard. It's not easy. Okay, but you've got to find time for yourself. You got to find time for yourself. Okay, just to get you sorted right, so you can get yourself more balance. So the stuff that you have to deal with, you can do it with a clearer head and be far more effective. Because it feels like at the moment it's just reaction mode, running around, and I'm busy. I'm too busy to do anything. I'm too busy to make changes. And The last card I've got for you. Okay, it's got a really positive card underneath, but the card that's on top is inverted. It's the wrong way around. And this is the wise one. Grow within your current situation. Okay, we can get as many readings as we want. We can and look for circumstances and all sorts of things. When's this going to happen? When's that going to happen? But until we take time for ourselves and make some space for ourselves to get ourselves right, because we're the change. We want life. We want circumstances to change. But it's not then we just become a victim of circumstances. Okay, you've got to, at the moment, it's important that you really become the change in your life and just start making some time to understand yourself and put yourself first in some situations. Otherwise it's gonna be frustrating and it's gonna be draining. Okay, I hope that's helped you.
Yes, it
Okay,
has.
I'll pull you the last card from my surrender deck, and the last card is surrender to resentment. Holding on to resentment only poisons you. Try forgiving others for their shortcomings and keep moving forwards towards positive situations in your life. Okay? Sometimes it is just what it is. When you harbor those thoughts, those negative thoughts about the crap that's going on, okay, it just poisons our soul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and just makes everything harder for what we're doing. Okay, I hope that's helped you.
Gotcha. Yes, it did. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Now we have Jackie. Oh, sorry, Donna. Donna, then Jackie. Sorry, Jackie. Diana. Hi, Diana. How you going?
Hi. Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
I recognise that background. Don't you have your place like that as well at times?
Yeah. Well, I have a lounge room like that myself. It's always fun, isn't it? Your piano's just like mine. Nice couch.
I ask you to focus on your heart chakra, please. Take a deep breath, and on your count of 3, release. You go first, but Diana, do you have jaw? Are you having jaw issues?
No.
No.
Do you have any spiritual practices, Diana?
What do you mean by special practices?
Spiritual practices. Are you into?
I do, yes.
Okay. Well, look. I've got change. Okay, but there's positive change that wants to come in to your life at the moment, but it feels like there's certain things that the universe has got its hands tied behind its back at the moment. Okay, but the main card I've got for you is is the Elder card. Move beyond ancestral patterns. So this is inverted. So this is saying that there's some patterns, some habits, okay, that we keep going through, we keep creating. There can be thought forms, learned behavior, subconscious routines, all that sort of thing. Okay, but when this card comes up, it's like Einstein said the definition of insanity was doing the same thing every day and expecting different results. He was just saying, you know, we can't expect what happens is we go through life and we wait for circumstances to change around us, when in actual fact that we're the change. We need to be the change in our life. And the moment there's patterns, and I've got the Sage card down the bottom of your main pile. Okay, going, be devoted and committed. Okay, so this is the universe saying, look, how you want change? How badly do you want it? Because when we get stuck in these patterns, life goes by and things don't change, and this dulls our heart. This dulls our beliefs. This dulls, the fire that we once had inside us. The stuff that we wanted to experience in my life, and we're like, what's the point? I'm just still getting nowhere. And it's not the fact that we're not getting nowhere. It's the fact that we're still doing the same things, and the same things are still happening. Okay, so at the moment, it's about working out your fears and desires. I think is really important. Like getting a piece of paper and go, what do I hope to achieve? What do I really want in my life? What excites me? Okay, because we've got to find these passions. We need to find a goal, or we need to find something to spark that extra life. Because I've got, further on the reading, I've got the star ancestor, follow the voice in your soul. There's stuff that you want to do. There's experiences you want to have. Okay, and the main action card I've got for you, I've got the lady card going in saying, look, positivity, growth, reap the rewards. But what's happening is there seems to be a limitation on you struggling with the unknown and moving past those base fears. Okay, and when we hunt down our fears and our desires is what we hope to achieve, and our fears is what's stopping us. Okay, and these little patterns, these little patterns seem to be coming back up in you. You're like, I'd like to do that, but I'm not confident enough, or I don't know anyone there. And sometimes we have just got to step out of our comfort zones and work through our fears and step out. I've got work through your fears here. I've got step out of your comfort zones inverted. Okay, it's time to break that mold. Okay, because your intuition's talking to you. Okay, your inner guidance is talking to you. The universe is saying, we want to bring this stuff into your life. We want to bring the change that you so much desire, but you keep pulling the reins back. You keep pulling the reins back out of fear of the unknown, and all these constructs that you've made up and why you can't. And when we make up all these constructs and reasons, they start to become our reality. And then when there might be an opportunity here, and sometimes someone will go, well, why don't you come and do this? And you're like, well, I'm not really interested that much in doing that. But it might take you on a divine detour. You'll meet someone else that will get you, that you'll get along like a house on fire, introduce you to something else, that you'll fall into an opportunity that you so long. But the opportunities don't always come up how we expect them to. Okay. Yeah. So at the moment, it's just really having that deep, heartfelt space and looking within you and just going, okay, what are my fears? What is truly stopping me? Okay. Because I get times where I get things that I know I need to do, and then I won't. Then I'll be like, it'll scare the shit out of me. I really don't want to do this, and then I'll force myself to do it because I know otherwise my fear will just hold me back and master me. And I got the Sage card. It's time you've got to be committed to this change. You've got to be committed to pushing through these fears. Otherwise, because there's all these opportunities coming your way, and they don't look exactly how you think they're going to work, and you keep pushing them away and pushing them away and pushing them away. Because I know internally in in your intuition is speaking to you all the time, and then there's that inner conflict. There's that inner conflict. Oh yeah, I want to, and we have that internal discussion in our head. Okay, we've got to quiet that. It's time to release that negativity and go, okay. So the next two things anyone asks me to do that I don't want to, to go out somewhere or do something, I've got to say yes to one of them. I can say no to one of them, but I've got to say yes to the other one. So every time someone says, come out here, you can go, no. And then they go, come out here. And then you're like, oh, I've got to say yes now. I should have said yes to the first one because that sounded better than the second one. Okay. But we need to force ourselves sometimes. And there's a lot coming in, but you've got to stop blocking it. Okay. And I'll get you your last card. And your last card is surrender to your intuition. Tune in to your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowing are moments that come through to guide you. So you're going to be asked, and you go, you weren't going to say no, but your intuition's going, this is what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
And you got to follow it. It's there to help you move forward. Okay.
I am learning to do that more actually now. So yeah. Life experience.
Mm. I'm done. Stathi.
You're done? No?
Yep.
You become comfortable in the space, your surroundings. It is time for you to take yourself out of your comfort zone. How well do you know your chakras?
Fairly well, I think. Better than the average.
That's fine. I'll get you to bring your focus to your solar plexus. Take a deep breath, and to your count of 3, release. As you release, I want you to feel the pressure in that solar plexus area.
Yeah, I'm already feeling that.
Can you repeat that again, please?
Yeah, I'm already feeling that.
Good. Now bring your focus to your sacral. And the same thing, it'll be a slight pressure. You'll be pushing from the inside out. And now bring your focus to your throat chakra. When you bring your focus to the throat chakra, take a deep breath into your count of 3, release it. When you're releasing, I want you to bring your focus straight to your shoulders. I want you to feel how heavy they are. Good. Now bring your focus to the back of your neck, more to your left side. Now focus from the left side of the back of your neck and take it up to your ear. Left ear. Now I want you to bring it to the front of your focus, just below your eye, to your jawline. To your eye socket area. Just below. Now I want you to bring your focus to your jaw, where your back wisdom tooth would be. Now I want you to feel the pressure that it'll feel like there's a finger there pushing inwards. Tell me when you feel that pressure. Might be strong.
Yep.
Just feel light. Okay. Ah. Okay, just feel it until it goes. Just tell me when it goes. Let's feel just normal again. No pressure there.
Yep, gone. Done.
Good. Now bring your focus back to your left ear and to your inner ear. Bring it your focus on the inside of your inner ear, inside your ear, your inner ear. Does it feel like there's do you feel what would be like wax? It's not wax. It will feel like there's something there. It feels like you want to pull something out of your ear at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now what I'd like you to visualize, now this is not, I just want you to visualize this, you don't need to do anything, just visualize it. Just visualize that your hand, don't do the action, just visualize it, that your hand is pulling a cord out of your ear. And the cord will be like a black gunky. Just feel like it's pulling it, and you will feel like you're pulling something out of your ear as well. And you'll feel when it's actually gone. It'll be a little bit clearer for you as well. And you might get a bit of pressure in the back of your head, but don't worry about that at this moment. Oh. And bring your focus back to your heart chakra. And take a deep breath. And to your count of 5, release. When you've done that, feel from the inside your heart chakra expanding. It'll be like a balloon blowing up inside you. It'll be a light pressure pushing you outwards a little bit, but that's fine. Now, once you've done that, and you can feel that pressure, straight away bring your focus to your base chakra. And just keep your focus on the base chakra, and what I'd like you to visualize is a bright red, ruby red base chakra. Now just think this. Just think that anything that is preventing you from moving forward is now gone. We'll repeat it a couple of times. Now bring your focus to your toes and wiggle them. Wiggle your toes, feel your toes. That's it. Now bring your focus to your shoulders. Feel how much lighter they are. Bring your focus back to your heart chakra. Feel how much lighter it feels. Bring your focus to your solar plexus. There should be no pressure there anymore. Now focus to your sacral. No pressure again. Bring your focus back to your base chakra. And just keep your focus on your base chakra. And hold your focus for the rest of the evening on your base chakra. When you go to bed tonight, whether you go to bed or when you go to lay down, whatever it is you choose to do, keep your focus on your base chakra and keep it present to be very conscious of your base chakra. And you'll notice in the next, I do want to say the next couple of days, things will be a lot lighter for you. Things will be a little bit more cheerful as well. It won't be as heavy. You won't be carrying what you're carrying with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, I know you're still there. Good. Don't focus too much on what it was, but yes, that's what I was feeling on your jaw, and that's going from your ear to your jaw itself. So don't worry too much about that. Keep your focus on your base chakra. That's the main area that I'd like you to keep your focus on, and just leave that. And just be present and conscious of your base chakra, and that's all. That's it. And
Lovely.
you will, just like you feel your shoulders now lighter, they'll feel a lot lighter, less stress on there. And you'll notice that your neck as well will start to feel a little bit more.
Yeah, I was feeling like a tingling sensation actually across the shoulders, so that was good. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a lovely day.
Thanks.
Bye. Hello, Jackie. I think Brooke, you're on mute. Brooke, you're on mute.
Sorry, Mila. Jackie was before she came in and out. She had a connection problem. But we'll get to you very shortly. How are you today, Jackie?
I'm fine, thank you.
Jackie,
How are you?
with your heart chakra, please. Where I am well, and then Brooke as well. You're welcome back.
What message coming, apparently? Jackie, sometimes we're going to make peace with the fact that we don't know how things are going to turn out. We're going to make peace with it. Because when we go too much, it just feels like there's too much negativity. There's too much negative conflict in your mind, too much negative talk. Well, not so much negative talk, but it seems like that you're trying to, there's work that you're trying to do, that trying to move forward, trying to get things done, making progress. But there just seems to be I'm almost going to say self-sabotage, some internal self-sabotage that keeps pulling you back down. Okay?
Yeah.
And going into the battlefield of the mind, it come from a lot of areas, but this is something that you need to take authority over. And we start doing is we just start recognizing it. Okay, we're not superheroes, but we got to start recognizing that we're doing it and we're feeding it. Okay, this comes in the battle. It comes in the battle of the mind. But but what is it that you truly desire? What is it that you truly hope? What is it you in your heart's desire that your soul's after? Because we can try to do this, we can try to do that. Let's try this. I might like that. It just feels like I got the star ancestor. Follow the voice in your soul. When this card comes out, it's like it's not that we just don't know where to go. Some days we don't know where to turn, which path to go down. And I got the universe saying, just follow the voice in your soul. What does your heart say? What does your heart desire? It's not always that easy, but it's that simple. Okay, so it can be hard to do sometimes, but the basic premise of it is that simple. It's time to follow the voice in your soul, because until we follow that, there's always going to be that void. There's always going to be that second guessing or that double guessing, or this doesn't feel right. But at the moment, there seems to be too much old baggage that you're holding on to, whether this is belief systems, or you want to try something else, but it doesn't fit in with that anymore. It's like follow the first voice that says, I want to do that. Okay?
Yeah.
Follow it. and see what it says to say, because at the moment it and then at the moment, because as I said, it just seems like there's too much stuff you're talking yourself out of it. There's too much. There's too much running scenarios in your head about how things are going to turn out if you make that choice. And it's time to just follow that voice in your soul, that first instinct in your soul, and go, okay, yep, and then see it through. Because what happens is we go, yep, and then we sit about it and think about it. Then the other voices come in going, yeah, no, what about that? But what about that? That won't work with this. That won't work with that. Sometimes we're going to be practical, but sometimes we're just going to go, okay. And we're going to follow that voice.
There seems too much going on. And like you say, I want to go one way, but then I want to go another way. And I just don't know which way to turn. There's that much going on at the moment.
Well, then, see, even too much, when we've got too much going on, these things start to act as a distraction, and it's up to us to make that choice to bring it back into balance. It's not hard. Sometimes we go, okay, do that. Let's start with, just pick one to start with and see how it goes. And you might go down a certain route, and you might learn a couple of things from it and go, wait a sec, I'm not sure if I'm interested in this anymore. That's okay, because there's a couple of things that we've picked up and a couple of things that we've learned that have helped us, and then we go on to the next thing. But at the moment, it's too much thinking about it, too much inside your head, and this is going to drive you. It's going to drive you nuts. It's going to,
yeah.
You've got to just go choose one or the other and make a choice. And how's that going to work? What happens if I choose? You don't know until you do it. You don't know until you step into it. It's time to start stepping into things.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's too much. There's when you say that there's too much, and this is the old ways of you that you're holding on to. Okay, the old belief system. You seem to be placing. There seems to be limitations that you keep putting on. It's like, the ego part of us is out of balance, and it's starting to put you in worry mode and question the unknown. And when we start doing that, is what we try to move forward in is all dictated to by our past experiences, and it shouldn't be, because we're here. We're free to create. We're free. We're here free. We should be creating new all the time, regardless of what's happened. Okay.
I just seem to keep going round in circles. You know what I mean? I get so far, and then I end up going back and doing the same thing over and over again. I just can't get myself straight on a straight path.
Well, what happens is, by doing that, okay, see, you've already taken the first step. I've got here, look, waiting for important the oracle card inverted, waiting for important information to come in. Okay, this comes in. This comes in to start the healing. But with a snake, shed the old skin. Just by even realizing that now it's time to see, okay, how can I go about changing that? Because you found where the block is. You found a point. Okay, this is what I'm doing. I keep doing things this way. Why am I doing things this way? This is when you need to dig deep. And this is all about, this is how we truly grow, by understanding ourselves, understanding our patterns, and breaking the negative ones, because we've shed the old skin. You're hanging on to an old pattern now. You've recognized that. Okay, that's the first step. Okay, now we're going to look at about throwing a clock in the works that pattern and breaking that pattern up. And this has to do with getting out of the head and stop running those dialects that keep closing you down and sending you back to those routine, or just understanding them. So when they come up, you can go, like the Homer Simpsons, like, shut up, brain. What are you doing? Like, get out. It's just, we're gonna do that with ourselves all the time. I mean, the conversations I have with myself are just ridiculous some days, but I got to have those conversations. Otherwise, I just keep going through the motions, and then I end up doing the same thing as I've always done. But the information's there waiting for you just to acknowledge it. Okay. As soon as you start to acknowledge it, and then you start to realize that because it's basically an autopilot when we run away and we keep going through the same routines. It's a subconscious pattern. As soon as you start to realize this, start to take steps to do something about it. Okay. The universe has got a whole bag of luck happening here. Luck, fresh stuff ready to show you, to bring in and bring you new experiences, but it just needs you to break that cycle first so you can step into the new era, the new experience where things will open up and you'll start to see more, you'll start to feel more, and then you might move on, and it might drag you back into that old routine again. You can go, wait a second, gee, that was smooth. I didn't see that coming. I've got to keep my eye out and make sure that I don't fall back into it. Okay, because it's a continual process. But just by seeing that, okay, time to make that choice to take steps, because there's a whole lot of beauty waiting for you, and healing, and there's so much waiting for you. But it's just taking those first steps and recognizing those patterns, and then breaking that pattern so we can truly move into the unknown. Okay? To the stuff that hasn't been written. Because if we keep going the same way about it, we're just writing more of what we've already written. Okay?
Yeah, that makes sense,
So make that choice, gorgeous. Make that choice. And annihilate those patterns. Okay? And move forward. And your last card is... Have I cleared this stick? This has come out 3 times. Surrender to your intuition. Wait a sec. Don't worry. If it's meant to be, it'll just come out again. I've shuffled decks and pulled the same card out 3 times in a row. Surrender to your intuition. No. Surrender to miracles. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt of the miracles that can happen. Okay? So when we start to make the changes, we create space for new stuff to come in. Okay? But we've got to make those changes and take those steps. Because there's new stuff. There's so much waiting for you in the sidelines. It's just waiting for you to resonate that frequency. Okay?
Okay.
I hope that's helped you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Jake, I've got 3 doors in front of me. No idea what's behind them. This is where the challenge is. This is what the trick really is. Which door are you going to walk through? And the thing is, it doesn't matter really which door you walk through. And you don't know what's going to be presented to you behind those doors. What's more important is how you accept whatever it is that's behind those doors. Knowing that whichever door you open, whatever it is that's there that's presented to you is exactly what you require at the moment that you walk through that door. So it doesn't matter what direction you're going. It doesn't matter which direction you're looking at. It's accepting it. When you're uncertain, first thing you need to do is tell yourself, go to your heart, focus on your heart. On your heart chakra or your heart, whichever way you want to look at it. Focus on and say, okay, what is it that I require from this? What is this going to teach me? What is it that it's going to assist me with? And just allow yourself to actually receive that answer. Don't think of the answer. Just wait for it. It will come to you. There's no right direction. There's no wrong direction. There is the direction that we are on. And as we are on it, we accept it for what it is. And we're grateful for it. Time to start to be grateful for where you are in the moment that you're in. That's all it really is for you. what I feel is that you're not walking in the direction that is offered to you as well. That you're trying to make something, or you want to be somewhere else where you're not. So you're not. You're just not walking in the right direction. But it's not that you're not walking in the right direction. You don't want to be walking in the direction that you're walking in at this moment, and that's not knowing what direction to walk into, because there is no right direction, and you want it to be the right direction. You're creating all this on your own because you feel that this doesn't feel right, but that's all the ego itself that's just getting in your way. Your own ego or your own self, as Brooke has mentioned, it's just yourself that's in the way of yourself at this moment from exploring and experiencing, which you won't know until you get there what it is, what it has to offer for you. It's not the easiest journey, and I won't ever say to anyone it's an easy journey, but the unknown is the true journey. And that unknown, well, once it's presented, it's not unknown any longer. But if you don't walk towards the unknown, you will not know what it has to offer you. That's your path at this moment. To not know where you're going, but to be grateful for what it has to offer you when you do walk it. Start focusing on your solar plexus and your sacral. They're the two main chakras that are completely out for you. They're all over the place. A lot of work needs to be done around your stomach area. Now, I feel that's a lot to do with your lifestyle at this moment, and you can do a lot better with the lifestyle that you're doing. But you need to focus on your uh, solar plexus and your sacral. Your heart, look, there's been past hurt there, and you're still carrying some of it. It's not as bad as others, others that I have felt at times, but it's enough to create a hesitancy on your behalf as well. Start speaking. Again, a lot of people have throat chakra issues because they're not talking enough of their own truth. Um, Start accepting things for what they are as well. We can't change how others think, and don't try to think that you can. We can only tell people our truth and express it the way that it is right for ourselves. If it assists them, great. If it doesn't, great. Move on. Don't overthink things. Um, your mind is just so much in there that that's why things are going around in circles, because you're actually overthinking things and you're bringing them back. So that's why it's causing you grief on the directions. You don't know which direction to go into. Again, it doesn't really matter as long as you start going in a particular direction. And if it's going around in circles, well, until you actually learn the lesson, you're going to continue to go in those circles anyway. We don't go in circles, we go in spirals. We can never walk the same, we can never take the same steps that we've taken before. There's always going to be new steps. So it's never in a circle itself, although it might seem like it is. It's always something different. Each moment is different, but it's only the moment that we truly have. Pay attention to your knees, because I feel that there's things that, or something's coming up or has come up on your knees, and there's some swelling there that you need to be more cautious about. You need to start walking as in exercising a little bit more and getting the flexibility back in your legs. And there's something there that you need to be aware of and be cautious of as well, that you don't overstress that area. Keep yourself grounded, because your base chakra is out and it's, again, not grounded enough. So you can be more grounded. Don't overthink, too much thinking. Stop visualizing things that have not occurred. If anything, the best thing for you to do is what you see is what there is, and that's it. Not in your mind, but in front of you with your own two eyes. That is all there is at this point in time. And that will assist you to see things a little bit clearer as they are in front of you, not what's in your mind, and stop overthinking things. Let go of a lot of things that have happened. They're not happening any longer. You keep going backwards. Don't worry about what happened. It's over and done with.
Yeah.
Don't overthink what's going to happen. It hasn't happened. This is all that is happening right this moment. And this is all we truly have. So the rest is up to you. Be aware of those doors in front of you, and it doesn't matter which door you're going to open. Just be grateful for whatever it is that has to offer you when you open those doors. They are exactly what you require at the moment that you open those doors. And that is all up to you. No one else can do this for you. You're the only person that can take that step, open that door and walk through it. And again, accept whatever it is that is being offered to you at that moment. Speak your truth no matter what others think. That's going to be important for you. And you will remember this at one point where you're going to aim to hold back what you really want to say. And remember to actually speak your truth. It doesn't matter what others perceive from that. As long as you're not doing it to harm somebody, speak your truth. And that's going to be very important. That's coming up very soon as well. But at this point in time, focus on your solar plexus and your sacral. Be very aware of those two areas because there is work that needs to be done in this particular area, stomach area itself. Your knees, they're the other things. Picking up your knees, mainly your right knee.
Yeah.
It is your right knee. And yes, speak your truth because your throat. You can be clearer with what you want to say, but be truthful in what you're saying as well. That is all I have for you. I hope that's assisting.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you very
Good
much,
night.
both. Take care. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Hey, Mila. How's it? How do I pronounce? Sorry,
Whoops. Malia.
Milia. How you going, Milia?
Malia. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you so much.
That's right. Nice hat.
Malia. Here it is. I know. It reminds me of Harry Potter. What's that hat called?
Thank you.
Oh, the sorting hat.
Yes.
The sorting hat. That's it.
I make them.
Gryffindor girl.
No, I'm just not your average witch.
That's okay.
Which witch is a witch?
A witch is a witch is a
Who
witch.
knows?
Thank you so much. I really needed
Malia,
this.
just want you to focus on your heart chakra, please. Can you focus on your heart chakra? Take a deep breath, and on your count of 3, release.
Okay. Malia.
Yes.
Time at the moment, it's all about bringing that focus, understanding that you're special, understanding that you're unique, understanding that you're worthy at the moment. Okay. Because there just seems to be too much external validation that doesn't need to be there. And this is creating a pattern. We do this, and it's not like it does harm to us, but at the same time, it does. It subconsciously eats away at us. Okay, because there's someone special there. There's someone unique there. There's someone that's worthy. There's someone that's gifted. Okay, but there seems to be too much trying to get external validation at the moment. It doesn't need to be there.
From my
Okay.
family. From my family.
Okay, it's a burden that you do not need to carry. And look, because you're telling other people about this, okay, you're telling your friends about this, and you know it, and and it's time to break that pattern. It's the first step is, even if they're like that, is you stop. I mean, I do it too sometimes. We'll do it. Okay, but we've got to recognize that, because deep down inside, you know that it's not helping you. It's feeding this confidence thing, and it's a cycle that needs to be broken at the moment. Okay, because this will because it's like when we feed that energy, it grows. So it's like that validation. We're not getting enough validation, and we're like, and even just by commenting and talking about it to other people when we don't need to, we're building that subconscious. I still need more validation. I need validation, and it's just at the end of the day, we don't need it, and it's a distraction, and people don't understand, and it's just the way it is.
Right.
Okay. I'm sure there's people watching. People still don't understand exactly what I do. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them have no idea.
That's the same thing with me because I'm an intuitive as well.
Yep. And people don't understand. And we're not there to justify ourselves to anyone.
Right.
Okay. We're not there.
And the thing is,
Okay.
because of the way I am, my sisters are keeping me from my mom, and she's passing away, and there's no way. I've only got to see her twice, and my heart is just shattered right now because they don't like who I am, and that is causing them to keep me from my mom.
Yeah, that's no good.
No, it's not.
But the first card I've got for you is the Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Okay, now, so you've got this stress that's going on. Sometimes things are just what they are. It's their issues, their problems. Yeah, it's affecting you, and they're forcing it onto you. But at the moment, that negativity that they're putting out, you're holding on to that. Okay.
I am.
And when you hold on to that, because I got the Mirror Guardian here, take time to reflect. But the Mirror Guardian to me is like, what energy are we putting out there? Because you're a multi-dimensional being. Okay, so this is sometimes we need to take the high ground. We have to shift our vibration. And this goes by the way we're thinking about the situation. Okay, because you have the opportunity to rise above this and take it from a high dimensional level. Okay, but that starts by getting that all right inside the heart. That means get out of self-judgment, get out of judgment on them. That heart full of love, be fully aligned. Okay.
Yes.
And then you can watch people crumble. Okay. I've had a situation where someone was biting my head off once, and then I went into the next room. I've done this many a times, gone into the next room, just cleared myself and aligned myself, and then just filled my heart full of love and gone in the room. And they went to start, and then they just stopped and crumbled and changed their whole demeanor. Okay, it's time to play that multi-dimensional game. Okay, but at the moment it keeps going back to holding on to that old and letting go of that old, letting go of that whole scenario around there. It is just what it is. But to let go of that in the heart, and to let go of that in the soul, and to let go of that in the judgment, that's where the true manifestation comes from. That's where the true game is. Okay.
Yes.
So it's about recognizing that, and the thoughts come in, and and the ego's like, how dare they? And you're right, it's shitty.
It is. It's very shitty.
But we got to get out of it. When we go back to that mindset, we create that resistance back in, and we gotta shift that, because we can't shift their end. We shift our end. Okay, their end will crumble, but everything happens. Everything happens for a reason. Because at the moment, the action card I've got for you is track down your fears and desires. Okay, this is what we hope to achieve, and also what's stopping us from achieving that. And this is your main action card. This is inverted. This is saying this is saying you've shut down what you want because you place limitations there. Okay, there's limitations, there's fears, there's things, there's patterns. I've got see the patterns on your main profile. I've got see the patterns, and so for you at the moment, it's about looking into those patterns and go, look, I've got to change the way I'm going about things. I can do more. Like people, we know all this stuff about being positive and all that, but it's not just thinking it and saying, yeah, I've got to think more positive. It's shifting it on an energetic level in that heart space. in the, it starts with the mind, but we're going to shift it in that heart. We're going to shift it in both. And to truly do that, we've got to forgive ourselves and understand how special and how unique we are, and get out of judgment on ourselves. I mean, if you've seen it in my other reading shows, I keep going back to it starts with everything starts with getting out of self-judgment,
Right.
and bringing in that self-love. Okay, that is if people can't do that, then forget any form of spirituality you're only posing, or you're not posing. You just that's the meat of it. That's the base meat of it. Okay. Otherwise, we just create limitations. Stathi will probably disagree, but that's not the case. But at the moment, I got the great teacher coming up. Learn from spiritual experiences. Okay, that's inverted at the moment. And that's just saying, look, come on, all these things are getting put on, all these limitations, all these things that are resistance that are putting in front of us, they're there. They get put, they're opportunities. They're opportunities for us to grow, for opportunities for us to see. And we're like, I want to grow, I want to move forward, I want to go forward. And then we're like, universe, why are you throwing me lemons? And the universe said, well, you want to grow, we're going to start with a lemon tree. You know what I mean? What else are you going to start a lemon tree with? But we've got our constructs and our ideas of how things should work, and this is part of the unknown. This is part of the unknown. But at the moment, it's about really getting down to the nitty-gritty and getting it real and keeping it real for you, and just bringing things back to their core. Because people throw a lot of things around, but that core issue of that self-acceptance and that self-worth and that self-love, that's the power. That's the power, the bridge, that heart. And we've got to get that right for us.
Right. And I fully understand and receive this. I really do.
Yeah. Because that's the core of us all. And then the other stuff, and when we can get to that and get out of judgment on ourselves and love ourselves and get everything else is just like, yeah, whatever. It'll work out.
Right.
You'll find a way to work out.
I used to be in that flow, and I ended up out of that flow. I ended up homeless, and it's just been a struggle for 3 years. Yep. And I've been trying not to struggle, but I mean, I know what to do. It's just I'm having such a hard time implementing things because of self-judgment, not feeling like I'm worthy. And I guess because I've heard it my whole life from my family, and it's been really hard for me to believe in me lately.
Yep. It does, and it falls us down, and we fall into that trap. It's so easy done. But at the moment, the last few cards I pulled for you, I've got the Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. This is saying, like, sometimes when we think, I mean, this happened to me the other week. I thought I had certain things worked out, then I got something thrown in the works, and I had to reassess everything. Okay, turns out that I wasn't that wrong. But I needed to dial some other base core issues. I needed to just come into alignment. Right. Okay. Because at the moment, it's about, there's too much looking forward to, like, oh, when I get here, when I get there, when this happens, everything will be, I just want my spiritual business and all this. It's always the future. And this is all taking you out of the present moment where the action is. Right. And where your true power is. Okay, there's too much worried about the future. Okay, and it's all about bringing your power back up to the now. Because I've got heed the vibe card. This is about putting your pinchers out, just feeling out what's going on in front of you. Okay, but when that comes, you're thinking of what's going to happen and where you want to be.
Right.
When you should be going, what's happening now? What am I feeling? What am I getting? What am I picking up? Okay, so support the head. But what's really important, we're going to come back to that. Everything happens for a reason. And no matter what happens, okay, I've got a card here that says respond with grace. Okay, this means we're just going to be cool-headed little cucumbers. And it's hard when we react, but you know what? I still sometimes I go to react and my face won't change. Internally, I'm about to go, and then I'm like, well, then I've got to catch myself going, wait a sec, why am I doing this? This is affecting my field. This is affecting my heart. And I've got to dial it back. And someone will just see me sitting there just gone, What was that? You know what I mean? But that's how we start. That's how we start. That's how we start to gain control.
Yeah, because I've
Okay.
started shutting down and just not really communicating with anybody that I normally do. My best friends that are always there to support me, and Tanya's one of those. She's been
Yep.
there for me beyond belief. So it's, I don't know. I'm fully understanding and receiving what you're giving me, and I'm so grateful because I really, really needed this, because I normally don't get readings from people no matter how hard I try.
Yeah.
But today was my day, and I'm so grateful.
You're welcome. I'll pull you one. Surrender. This is a deck that Cindy bought me called Surrender. Surrender to something. I don't know. Got 100 decks.
Yeah, I have so many decks too, and I can't keep up with all of mine either.
Yeah, I think Cindy's only got like what's she got, like 300 or something.
See, well, that's one of the things I'm working on right now, is creating my own 72 card oracle deck, and I'm in like 30 illustrations in so far. So I'm an artist.
Awesome. Last card I've got for you is from the Surrender deck is Surrender to Effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Okay.
Yes.
I hope that's helped you.
Did very much. Thank you so much.
When you go to a shop and you want to buy milk, you can't find the milk, and you go to the assistants and ask them for the milk, or do you ask them for bread?
Do I ask them for, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Okay. When you go to a shop and you're looking for the milk and you can't find the milk, and you need to go to the assistant now, do you ask them for bread or do you ask them for milk?
Milk.
Now, would there be any point in asking them for bread if you're after the milk?
Okay, what was that? I'm so sorry. I don't know
Would
why I
there
can't
be
hear.
any point? Would there be any point in asking them for bread when you're actually after the milk?
Absolutely not.
Now, would you go to a child that's 5 years old and start talking to them about the mechanics of a vehicle?
No.
You see, when we have a different understanding of what we see and how we see things and what we're after, doesn't mean that everybody else does. So we speak to the people that understand our language.
Correct.
Now, to go and speak to somebody about what I know and how I see the world, if they look at me in this, I have no idea what you're talking about, doesn't matter what I do and what I say, they're not going to understand me. So I look at a way on how to communicate with them. Now, it doesn't always mean that I'll be able to tell them what I want to really say to them, because they're just not going to hear it. So there's no point in saying it to them. Now, I don't want to create a rift with anybody. All I want to do is have the communication and have that connection that we would normally have. Sometimes that connection works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes our paths just have to go the direction that they go. We don't control how others think. We don't control how others feel. We don't control what others understand. What we do control, though, is how we speak. We do control what we truly know for ourselves. And it doesn't matter what anybody thinks or believes about what it is right for us. And it's the same. We have to focus on ourselves and not what others think. To be in communication with somebody that somebody else is not allowing you to communicate with them, I think that you're creating a situation for yourself which is not really assisting you. Your chakras are completely out. I don't know how intuitive you are. I don't know what type of work you do, but I can't focus on your chakras. You've blocked yourself off completely. It's just not there.
Yeah.
It's not there. You're trying to do something that is really not there anymore. Um, there's nothing to really. What I see is, you're trying to think on how to do something, but you're just overthinking because it's not actually working for you. The way that you have thought is actually past tense. You're not able to get what you truly want. And that's exactly what you require at this moment, to realize that it's not up to you how somebody else thinks. What's up
Right.
to you is for you, what is right for you. Do you want to go and speak to somebody? Well, you go and speak to them. If they don't want to speak to you, there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot force somebody to listen to you. You're
Right.
not also the other thing that I'm getting is you're not hearing, you're not listening. We've also got feedback, by the way. I think you've got Facebook on as well. So I'm getting feedback, and that might be why you can't hear me. You're not hearing, you're not listening, and you're not listening to yourself. You're not listening to what is right for you, because you're still trying to focus on how to make things right for somebody else or make things right outside of you. Until you bring yourself back to you and center yourself, things will work out the way that they're working out. They're going to continue to go the way that they're going. You're not grounded. There's no grounding in you. You're too much in your head. You want to do. There's all this stuff that you want to do, but that's all in your head that you want to do it. You're not actually doing anything. That's your sacral, completely not there and active. It just feels like there's dullness within you. Your heart chakra is closed off. You've closed yourself off from everything and everyone. And those that you do have a connection, it's actually a very reserved connection that you've made with others, with the people that you have got that connection with. Throat chakra. Your throat chakra is actually overactive because you're speaking too much of things that are not true for you. You want them to be true, but they're not actually true for you. Your truth is not about how you're going to deal with somebody else. The truth is how you're going to deal with yourself.
Right.
And when you start speaking about what is true for you, not everybody's going to accept your truth for you. But at the same time, just like you can't accept somebody else's truth because it's their truth, we have to learn how to accept ourselves. And when we accept ourselves, we'll start to accept others' selves. Whether it's right or wrong for them is irrelevant. It's not up to us to tell them. We can only speak what is right for us. But you've got to remember, when you speak the truth, you actually start to create an energy around you which pushes away that which is not true for you. And unfortunately, whether it's fortunate or unfortunate, it really depends on the individual, how they see this, we start to push people away. They do. It's not that we push them away, they don't resonate with us any longer. As Brooke mentioned, everything happens for a reason. Now, what is the reason that you're going through this at this moment? Then that's something you need to sit with yourself and really ask yourself, what is true and correct for me? When you start focusing more on you and increasing your energy again and lining yourself up and centering yourself, working with your heart chakra, grounding yourself, keeping yourself in the present, stop overthinking. Stop seeing in your head how you're going to deal with the situation, because that's creating the anxiety that you constantly be feeling as well. The stress is all over you. Your shoulders, the weight that you're carrying your shoulders is what you're actually putting there yourself. Ground chakra is fine. The energy is there, but you're not receiving it and you're not feeling it the way that you can be feeling it because you're focusing so far outside of who you are. To work on yourself, you say you're intuitive, you say that you do this work, but you're not actually doing this work.
I haven't done it. I have not done any intuitive work in 3 years because I've been so out of place.
Yeah, out of alignment. So because you're focusing not on yourself, you're focusing on your surroundings, you're focusing outside of this moment, you're focusing on yesterday and tomorrow, and that doesn't help anybody. Bring yourself back to who you are. Start working on your chakras again. Don't think about how someone's going to react with what you're saying. If they're going to react, that's their issue. You just need to be true to yourself again. No, we can't bring people into our lives because those that are going to come into our lives because they resonate with our energy. And if the energy that you're putting out there is a negative energy, that's all you're going to be receiving, and that's all you're going to be dealing with. Like attracts, as they say, as you think it shall be. So if you're thinking negative, that's all it's going to be for you. It's time for you to come back to yourself. It's start working on your chakras again, because start working with your chakras again, because that's all you have at this moment. You have yourself and yourself to blame for every situation, because we are responsible. We're responsible for our own actions. We're responsible for our own creation. We're responsible for our own environment. And your environment at this moment is toxic.
It is. It's
Know that for
horrible.
yourself. Yes, that is all you're doing. Nobody else is doing this to you. You have
I
to
know.
bring it back to yourself. I'm harsh. I don't hold back. I'm going to say something. I said it. This is how I see it. And I'm telling you exactly what I see. And what I see is a person who's there. There's this brightness there, but the darkness that you put in front of you is more present than anything else about you. There is so much more about you, and you know that already. So all I'm doing is giving you a kick up the rear end and saying, pull your finger
And I needed it.
you. Get back to who you are. Know yourself again. Remember who you are. Don't focus on whether somebody's allowing you to do something or not. What can you do for you right now? And that's what you're to focus on. Not much more than that. Work on your chakras. They are around. Start with your, I would normally say start with your heart chakra, but I do feel that if you work on your heart chakra and your base chakra, so open your heart, be grounded, be in the present moment, that will start to bring everything else into alignment. Get into the creative aspect that will assist you with your sacral. Start cord cutting. Do all that to clear your solar plexus. Speak your truth, but your truth, not because it's what you want somebody else to hear. It doesn't matter what you want somebody else to hear. What do you want to hear? What would you be telling yourself? Every person that you speak to, what would you tell yourself? That's what you talk to them about. That's how you speak to them. You speak to them as you want them to speak to you, as you would speak to yourself. Don't focus too much on what you're visualizing. Stop your mind control, mind thinking, okay, because that's all it is. Don't focus too much on the images that you're creating in your mind. Now, they might be correct, they might be exactly what you require to be seen, but that's too much focusing in there. And as you do that, you'll start to get the energy flowing again properly for you. Get yourself grounded, walk barefoot into the land. You know what grounding is all about. Start working on that aspect again and keep it to your heart and keep it to yourself. And this is all about you, not about anybody else. You are the result of your negativity at this point in time.
Right.
That is all I have for you, and I'll give you another ass kicking the next time you come on here as well, if you.
Thank you so much, both of you, so very much.
That's okay.
I
You're a creative being. Time to create that which you desire.
I know you can do what
Create
you
it.
need to do for yourself. I know you can do what you need to do for yourself. You just need to start doing it. Not tomorrow. Now.
Right now.
Exactly right.
Right now.
Thank you, Mel.
Create
God
it.
bless you both.
Create it. Bye.
I
Thank
am.
you.
Bye-bye. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
You're most welcome. Well, thank you everyone for coming on tonight. We've been on for a little bit. I should be back on Thursday, hopefully. I should be back on Thursday. When are you on next, Stathi?
Sunday night after you. So 10 Sunday nights.
Yep, I think I've got Lucia on. No, have I got Lily on? I got someone on coming on the show. But I should be on Thursday night at this stage. It depends how busy I am. Okay, thank you people for coming. You can get hold of us, all the show note links. We're both available for private sessions. So have a great day, have a great night, and just remember that you're all creative beings and we all create our own reality and it's a reflection of us. And I'll see you next time.
Enjoy, people. Have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good evening wherever you are in the world. Till next time, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.